Busy.
Talagang busy tayo ngayon eh.
Oo.
Hi, Polly.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Miss you all.
Hi, Polly. Oo, miss ko kayong lahat. Tin, PDC
Hi,
Tin.
ma'am po.
Dapat meron
May
tayong
message ko, gabi na yata.
club meeting.
Nahack din yung kay Lori Cipriaso.
Oo nga po. Na-block ko na po.
Oo. Tulog na ako nung nag-text. Pinasa ko na sa'yo.
Binablock ko po siya dun sa inner wheel na page. Kasi baka mamaya dun naghahanap yung hacker ng mga susunod.
Pero mo tatlo sila sunod-sunod
Kaya nga Kaya ngayon yung sinasabi ko na isa lang ang mahack sa atin. Pwede niya talaga tayong isa-isahin. Kaya di ba kagabi, sabi ko, i-change nyo na lahat ng password nyo. Kasi, actually, may mali din naman kasi yung mga nahack. Binigay nila yung info nila. Kung hindi nila binigay yung info nila, hindi sila mahahack. Kaya, dapat hindi talaga yun. Pag messenger, hindi ho talaga. Pag messenger ho talaga, hindi ako nagbibigay ng information, tinatawagan ko yung taong nagtatanong.
Pag magbibigay ng cellphone number?
Cellphone number, tsaka yung email. Kasi doon talaga mahahack kayo eh. Pero grabe yung kay Maricor Yung kay Maricor, sabi ba naman, kasi ka-text ko siya kahapon about national induction. Alam ba naman, kukwento ko sa clip. Tapos ba naman, sabi ba naman, yung sumano, biglang parang nagtanong siya, parang tuloy-tuloy lang yung isa pa namin, sabi niya, kamusta na Tin? O di ako naman, sabi ko, okay lang ako, recovering, ganyan-ganyan. Tapos may ako, sabi niya, pwede ba hingi yung email address mo tsaka cellphone number? Sabi ko, ay, shucks, yung kausap ko, hacker na. Sabi ko, ganyan. Hindi ko na sinagot. Linak ko na.
Napin mo yung receiver binigay ng tatay mo.
Tapos si Julie, ang tawag sa kanya, Mare, kamusta ka na? Sabi ko, oh my God, talagang, siguro binabasa niya yung mga messages.
Oo nga.
Summer. Kaho, email kay Chuchi.
Paano yun? Kunyari, di ba sa messenger natin, doon yung may gusto kong bilhin. Hiningi yung cellphone number mo, hiningi yung email ad mo. Hindi na akong bibigay.
Hindi, kung kayo naman mo yung nauna na magsabi sa kanya, okay lang. Pero yung bigla-bigla na lang may mag-message sa inyo, tapos hihingin yung email address.
May tanong ako, sino sa inyo ang nakakatanda kung kailan naging Miss Red Rose of Friendship si Baby?
Ano po? 20...
Ano?
Thank you everyone. I love this. Hindi. Pinabot sa akin ng tatay mo.
Alam ko po 2018 eh.
Ano yun?
Alam ko po 2018 eh.
Alin? 20?
Alam ko po 2018.
2018?
Opo.
Okay.
COVID na yun.
Kasi ano po siya eh. Siya yung Miss Red Rose ni PDC Roslyn.
Hindi niya matandaan kasi.
Sorry. Teka lang.
16.
16 ba?
16 pa lang.
Sigurado kayo ha?
Kasi si Tita Sok sa akin.
After her.
Sa akin siya. So 29.
She was Miss Red Rose before Mary Ann.
Si Mary Ann, ang Miss Red Rose kay PDC Roslyn. So 2018 yun. 2017 na.
2017?
Si Tita B.
Hindi ba si Linda?
Baka si Rosal, baka si D378 Rosalyn, kabuk yan, baka alam niya.
Yung
PDC Rosalyn. Kailan ba nag-Miss Red Rose si Baby Emiliado?
Matagal na, hindi ko na
Hindi mo
inabot.
matandaan?
Hindi ko na inabutan eh.
Ha?
Si
Oo naman.
Tita Baby po is the Miss Red Rose during the time of PDC Roslyn Kapokyan.
Oh, ayun. Anong year yun?
That's
Roslyn Kapokyan.
2017.
17?
Mm.
Lagay na 2017 ha.
Yeah, tama. 2017 siya.
Oo, hindi rin niya matandaan kasi.
Binalikan ko yung picture.
Oo.
10 minutes ng proceedings, ganyan will pledge.
Bakit ganyan ang kulay ng ng t-shirt, hindi pink?
Pink
Oo.
po.
Ano yan eh?
Fuchsia pink.
Fuchsia pink.
Parang pula na nga eh. Pula.
Oo nga eh, hindi
Sa
lumabas
amin, yung sa team,
Oo.
pula.
Kasi yung sa IIW, pink
Ito,
talaga eh.
Oo.
Ito po, parang ano.
Ito, yung ating background, ganyan. Ito nga yung
amin, parang red
kaisa-isa
na
kong
to.
blouse na
Ito,
pink.
parang red na pinagawa. Hindi sa pink.
Mm. Eh, wala akong ganyan eh.
Moving ka sa office?
Hello, Pretty Lilian.
Madam Lilian. Nice to see you.
You
Hi,
too.
Jinky. Hi, Madam Polly. Hello. Good afternoon po, IPNP PAM.
Yes, good afternoon everyone again.
Madam Sophie Lee.
Kumanta ka muna habang nag-aantay tayo.
Kaya nga pala, wala kayong music.
Vocalize.
Entertainment.
Anong music ba ang ano natin ka lang ha? Mag-share ako.
Play ninyo.
Opo.
Lagyan ako ng music.
Ay, yung background lang na music.
Ang
ba?
ganda-ganda nga lalo ngayon ni Rosemary ah.
Yeah, like it.
Bata itsura doon sa buhok.
Eh,
Medyo ano
bumata.
nga
Bata.
ngayon eh.
Yes.
Medyo stressful nga ngayon pero okay lang.
Sabi ni,
Yes ba yan?
sabi ni Tita Baby, dapat daw pinuntahan mo siya, dala ka ng gunting at karagupitan mo siya ng buhok.
Sabi ko sana, eh di ba nga na ospital naman yung kapatid ko, kaya parang naano ako, yung 2 araw na wala akong nagawa, 3. So, nag-cramming ako kasi syempre nasikaso ko yung ano, eh wala namang, kumbaga sa connection, kailangan mo talaga ng connection bago sa ospital ngayon eh. So ako
Ay,
yung
puno ang mga
nasikaso.
ospital. Kaya nga ako, pinagdadasal ko, wag akong magkasakit eh. Kasi hindi ako pwedeng magpunta ng ospital. Ako.
Talaga po, lahat tayo.
Lalo na ako, high risk talaga ako.
Bigat-bigat nito. Tilig ko. Tilig na gano'n.
Kumusta ka na, IPNP PAM?
Eh ito, ang dami pa rin ginagawa. Hindi pa pwede.
Siyempre,
Una,
immediate
Yes.
pass kasi eh.
pangalawa, walang katulong.
Ay pareho tayo, mga
Isabay.
walang katulong eh. Ayaw kasi namin kumuha muna.
Totoo, ako rin.
Mm-mm.
Hello, Chit.
Hi, good afternoon,
Busy.
ladies.
Kamusta
Hello
ba si
po.
Mamita.
Eto,
Laki na.
malaki na. Ang tigas na ng ulo. Nababaling-baling na niya.
Oo. Nung una nga pinakita mo, first month. May first month na ba? No? Laki na eh, no? Wala pang first month.
Matigas na ulo daw.
Nag-graduate
Ano yung
na
mga
ako
bata
dyan.
ngayon?
Nakadapa na matulog. Nakadapa
Oo,
na.
iba yung mga bata, ano? Yung mga
Oo.
babies ngayon, iba.
Yeah.
Ang matitigas ng mga buto.
Kasi siyempre yung mga mothers binibigyan ng mga vitamins yan. na ano, eh.
Oo nga po.
Pakita mo dyan.
Ay, wala dito. Natutulog eh.
Isang beses kasama namin sa meeting.
Wala kasing humahawak ako. So, ako na naghahawak nagmi-meeting.
Wala pa rin, helper sa bahay.
Meron na.
Oh, buti ka pa, meron na.
Eh, pero yaya lang po yun. Kaya
Ah.
medyo, medyo hindi na ako masyadong pagod sa pagyayaya. May yaya na eh.
Graduate na ako dyan. I have 8 grandchildren.
Wow.
Test, mic test. Okay ako, Chairman Rose. Ang sound.
Nakuha, hindi ba naririnig?
Hindi, ako. Okay lang ako. Yung sound ko.
Oo, yeah, okay lang.
Okay, thank you.
Andiyan na pala si Doc Jim eh.
Kala ko si Rose.
Hello, Andres. Hello, Andres.
Mga pamilyado
Hello, my nanay. Good afternoon.
tawagan.
Good afternoon.
Everyone. Akala ko ako, andyan na pala si kasi kapapasok ko lang, akala ko ako ang sasabihin. Andyan na pala si Rose.
Si Doc Jim nakalagin na siya.
Akala ko si
Kumusta
Andres.
ka na, Rose? Okay ka na?
Yes,
Ah,
I
very
am.
good.
Thank you.
Hi, good afternoon,
good.
Doc Jim. Ayan si Doc Jim oh.
Asan? Nandyan
Andito na po si Doc Jim.
Good afternoon, Doc Jim. Si Tess Arcega ito.
Ay, nakamute po kayo, Doc Jim.
Yes, of course. Si Manong, si Kuya Paeng, yung tawag ko. Ang
Yes.
kanyang spouse.
Yeah. Birthday
You
niya
look-
sa
you look younger.
Sunday. Tomorrow pala. Birthday niya tomorrow.
Tita, you look
Ate,
younger
you
daw.
look younger.
Ay, naku, thank you, Doc. Hindi rin nag-age na. Nakakulong lang sa bahay
Actually, ang mga babae, they look younger over their
Doc Jim,
spouses.
I'm 86 na.
Mas
Very young.
very young. Okay.
Naku
Pag nasa inner wheel kasi, mga ano yan eh. Edgeless beauty.
Lagi kasing masaya.
Yes. Yes.
Hi, Doc. Hi, Doc
Ay, si
Jim.
Sok. Hi, Sok. Yung
Hi, Doc
aking,
Jim.
yung ating hospital on wheels, nandun pa rin sa storage ni Sok.
Hindi nga pala ngayon nakakaano, no?
O hindi, bawal eh.
Kami
Pero
pong taga-ano dito, SFDM.
Oo nga.
Christine po ito. SFDM din.
Yeah, Christine.
Doc, yung lugaw on wheels nyo po, still ongoing?
Mamaya di-discuss ko kung paano natin ibubuhayin.
Okay.
It's a simple project na maraming natutulungan.
Mm-mm.
Kasi ang pangalawang problema ngayon is kagutuman. Na maraming gutom, talagang wala makain.
Yeah. Yan nga ang next na dapat i-address ng government eh.
O
Paano
nabawasan
natin,
itong nabawasan ngayon yung politika kasi may mga namimigay pero pansamantala lang yan.
Totoo. No, ang ganda naman ng picture ni Sok.
Yung mga women lives at least 5 years longer than their husbands. At least 5 years.
Nakasablakad may zoom ako.
Hindi, yun ang average po. Mas nauuna magpahinga.
Hindi, okay lang yan. Hindi mo lang dito. Walang problema. Wala mo.
Doc, ano ang explanation doon? Bakit women outlive the men?
Where there's so many things na biologically mas stronger ang female.
Yeah, dyan na si Mami Milyado.
Number 2, sa statistics,
Hello.
they live longer because they are mas sanay sa stress. They know how to handle the stress.
Okay.
Sa dami na, can you imagine, asawa at mga anak, sila nagpapalaki.
Mm-hmm. Not to mention the one ng birth, no? Yung ang hirap ata mga anak.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, baby.
Yes.
GBFF.
At saka, let's face it, bahay, no? Family is the woman. In fact, I did a surgery yesterday. This is common.
Nandito na si Mrs. Milyado. Nandito si Carmela kanina. Ayan!
Rose, nag-uusap.
Sorry.
Tsaka isa pa, mas maalaga ang babae sa katawan, ano, Dok? Mas madaling.
Walang
Oo.
bisyo.
Kung kailangan magpagamot, magpapagamot. Yung lalaki.
At saka ang asawa lalaki, pati yung asawa, nakikimami. So, ang tawag, mami rin. So, talagang ang pundasyon is the woman, yung wife.
Material ka.
Yes.
Yeah. Ako, tawag ko rin, mami. Mami rin sa asawa ko.
Nakikimami kayo eh.
So, 4 kami naging anak.
Ayun po yung pinakabunso.
Ako bunso.
Totoo yan.
Sige, pagka ready na kayo, pwede na natin, kasi maganda itong topic natin.
Capital R ang rally. Ay, sorry.
Past 2 na pala.
Yeah. Siguro, are we ready na? District rally chair, Rose?
Is NP there now? And NP is coming in kasi yung wrong ang yung capital R, di ba? Ang dapat.
Capital,
Yes.
oo.
So, nakalagay doon kasi small r. So, she asked me bakit paano ako nakapasok. Kasi capital R. Capital R. She's coming in. She's in the car, but she's coming in.
So, pwede na tayo mag-start,
Pagdating ni NP,
Okay.
let NP settle muna.
Yeah, because she's coming in na. She's coming in. Thank you. Thank you.
She's coming in na daw. She's coming in. Thank you for waiting.
Nini, pati yung eyeglasses mo is pink, ha?
Oo nga eh.
I like that.
Thank you.
Hello.
Kamusta po? Good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon.
I love it because I know everybody. 378.
Everybody is in pink.
Home territory ko
Yes.
din yan sa mami ko.
Oo.
Ako na ako eh. Mistisa.
Ay, ako, black pa rin ang buhok ko.
Hmm.
You know that I don't dye my hair.
Well, you're lucky.
Pero I have some white here. White hair. Sorry nagkwentuhan na tayo
Ay,
ng
naku.
white hair.
You're still young. That's why.
Isip bata. At least 67 na ako next month.
Oh?
Oo, bata pa rin yun.
Hindi nga na to.
Thank you.
From my perspective, bata pa kayo.
Alam ko. Batang isip lang po. I think that's the reason why black hair. Batang isip. No, even my mom when she passed away at 86, she had just a little white. Ayan na si NP. Ayan na si NP.
Okay.
Yan. NP here.
Let her settle muna and then we can
She's in
start.
the car. I think she's on the way to Cabanatuan. Ayan. Good afternoon, NP.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good
Good
afternoon.
Good afternoon po.
Good afternoon.
Okay.
Kaya pala hindi ako makapasok, ano? Capital R pala yun.
Capital R.
Okay na tayo.
Yes, yeah. Emlyn. Nakamute ka, Emlyn.
Good afternoon, ladies, and welcome to our district rally. May I call our district chairman, Clarita L. Alagar, to open the proceedings. Madam, the assembly is ready.
Good afternoon, everyone. By the power vested on me as the district chairman of District 378, I now declare the District Rally 2021 to order.
Quezon City.
Thank you very much, Madam. May I call on the President of Quezon City. Maria Jinky, Maria Evangeline, to please do the invocation. Jinky de la Cruz.
Okay. Tayo pong lahat ay manalangin. Panginoon, maraming pong salamat sa hapong ito, sa pagkakataon, O Diyos, na makalapit kami sa iyo at aming pong idalangin ang aming event ngayong hapong ito. Ito po ay aming alay sa iyo, Ama, at aming mga resource speaker ay aming pong hinihiling na i-anoint mo, empower mo, give them wisdom, give them knowledge, O Lord, as they speak to us, O Lord. Salamat po, O Diyos, at nawa patuloy naming maintindihan ang kanilang mga iahayag sa amin, maranasan din po namin, at ito ay maging kadagdag ng kaalaman sa bawat isa sa amin. Salamat po sa mga dumalo at pagpalain niyo po ang bawat isa sa amin. Ito po ay aming hinihiling sa pangalan ni Jesus. Amen. Our Father who art in heaven, holy be your name. Your kingdom come, your will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
As we
Say our daily bread and forgive us our sins, as we forgive those who sin against us, and bring us to
trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen.
Amen.
May we now all sing the Philippine National Anthem.
Dad? Hello?
May I now call on, may I request everybody to mute themselves? Thank you very much. May I now call on for the Innovative Pledge, our past district chairman, Rosalinda B. Kapukyan.
Honorable ladies, let us raise our right hand and in unison recite the Innovative Pledge. On my faith and honor, I dedicate myself to the universal cause that is mankind, and solemnly vow to give substance by deed, not word, to the innovative creed, selflessness, friendship, and service to humanity. In this I ask divine guidance.
For the vision, mission, and core values, may I call on the President of IWC Holy Spirit, Rosario B. Belhira.
Let us all together recite our vision, mission, and core values. IWC dynamic organization committed women bound by friendship and dedicated to selfless service to humanity. Mission, selflessness in friendship and service to humanity by providing needed assistance and undertaking special projects for the women, the community, the youth, the elderly, marginalized sectors of society. Core values: friendship, integrity, responsible volunteerism, dedication and commitment, compassion and relevance.
For the roll call, may I call on District 378 District Secretary, Maria Cecilia T. Abayon.
The roll call. Good afternoon, everyone. District Chairman Clarita L. Alagar.
Here.
Vice District Chairman Socorro Wayap.
Yes.
Assistant Secretary Lorna R.D.
Yes.
Treasurer Elizabeth H. Tan. District Extension Chairman Emlyn Florence O. Santos. District International Service Organizer Chairman Rosemary D. Fabellion.
Yes.
Immediate past District Chairman Cynthia C. Ray. For club
Good
presidents,
afternoon.
we have Innovative Club of Spirit President Rosario B. Belhira.
Present.
Innovative Club of Maharlika President Virginia C. Presilia. Innovative Club of Quezon City President Mary Evangeline Lee de la Cruz, President. Integral Club of Quezon City Diamonds, President Irna L. Bajola.
Present.
Integral Club of San Francisco Del Monte, President Carol B. Tirog. And Integral Club of Torquoise, President Remedios A. Diwag.
Yan na, acknowledge na. Acknowledge na.
Okay, that's all.
For the acknowledgement of guests and dignitaries that we have today, we have our Vice District Chairman, Socorro Y. Yap.
Okay. Good afternoon, dignitaries, guests, and our district officers and presidents. Allow me to welcome this afternoon our National President, Yolanda Wicoco, who's already here, has joined us. Our first National Vice President, Sophia Lee, also here with us already. Our National Secretary, Minerva Elizar. We expect that all will be joining us and will also come in later. Our immediate past National President, who came in early this afternoon, Pamela de Guzman. Our National President-elect, Emily Duterte, also here with us already. Expected to come is our National Representative Belengo, our Deputy National Representative Maria Ditas Crisostomo, our Foundation President Julieta Malaya, District 377 Chairman Romela Viron, District 379 Chairman Arlene Ann Sanchez, District 380 District Chairman Caroline Entote. Already here with us this afternoon is the District Chairman of District 381, Maria Lourdes Yambao. District 382, District Chairman Darlene Maceda. District 383, District Chairman Jovita de Jesus. District 385, District Chairman Gladys Barbosa. And District 386, District Chairman Evelyn Dumdum. Lastly, allow me to give a hearty welcome to our special distinguished guest and our very own local hero, Dr. Jim Sanchez. Thank you.
Now, for this year's 2021 Chairman of the District Rally, please welcome Rosemary B. Fabillon, the District International Service Organizer of District 378, to give her welcome remarks.
District Chairman Clarita Alagar and other members of the District Executive Board, IWCPI National Board of Trustees, headed by the National President, Yolanda Wicoco, other dignitaries and guests, good afternoon and welcome to the District Rally of District 378, entitled COVID-19 Awareness and Preparations. Health is the responsibility of all, and raising people's awareness and preparations are instrumental to containing the aggressive spread of this pandemic like COVID-19. Government imposes campaigns such as posters, educational videos, and audio messages on a variety of protection and disinfection measures. Department of Health is aware of challenging impact on the lockdown and movement restrictions on the limited and daily income families in many areas in Metro Manila. Hence, the organization urges all individuals to follow safety measures and wear masks in gatherings and public places,
keep hands clean, and ensure social distancing to stop transmission of this virus. However, the spike continues when Delta variant invaded Philippines, especially here in Metro Manila. The picture of this rally came to me when members of my household got infected. My sister, who is still now in the hospital, and her family, who went through months of struggles and difficulties because of the virus infection. Worse is, a young and a promising member of the church died, leaving his wife and the two very young children. And some were business partners, Rotary members, and even our beloved sisters here in IWCPI. I believe that all of them are very much aware of this virus and protocols for them to be protected. And we probably asked, why? We invited speakers in 3 different areas of expertise to answer appropriately and briefly the question when we might be asking, why? We are so grateful for having them here today, as according to the 1946 U.S. Supreme Court, Justice Harold H. Burton, teaching the world to be careful is a constructive service worthy of God's gift of life to man. Advocating inner well-vision dedicated to selfless service to humanity. We hope that today's topic will spread positivity, especially to the women and children that are infected emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and of course, physically. And there I know that all of you are very excited to hear from our speakers. Prepare your headset, put your mic on mute, and sit back and relax. This is your chairman, International Service Organizer, Rose Fabillon. Good day and welcome again to this district rally. But before that, let me share first a short video clip.
Look at all of these young and healthy people. Can you guess what they have in common? Well, they actually aren't all that healthy after all. They are suffering from a chronic disease. Even more importantly, a potential COVID-19 infection could very easily end their lives. To gain insights about how this dreadful situation is influencing their everyday, we've asked them various questions about their feelings and their biggest fears. Listen to them carefully. Their message shouldn't be overheard.
According to my doctor, COVID-19 can worsen my condition and be cause of death. What I'm most afraid of? To be infected and die.
Якби люди дотримувалися відповідних заходів, саме перше це дотримувались дистанції, ходили в масках, не виходили на вулицю з ознаками респіраторного захворювання, я почувалася набагато безпечніше, але, на жаль, в Україні з дотриманням карантинних норм великі проблеми, і через це в основному доводиться більше часу проводити вдома.
Postoje ljudi koji boluju od plućne arterijske hipertenzije. To je smrtonosna bolest. Ali sa virusom kao što je COVID-19 zasigurno ćete nekom skratiti pravo na život i oteljati ga u smrt time koliko ga izložite virusu. Nosite maske. Ako ne želite zbog sebe, nosite zbog drugih kojima je potrebno da budu zaštićeni.
COVID-19 is lethal for young patients as well. Stay alert. Wash your hands. Keep your social distance. Wear masks. And save lives.
Thank you very much, Chairman Rosemary Pavilion. Please welcome the District Chairman of District 378, Clarita L. Alagar, for her message.
President Yolanda Wicoco, my dear members, the National Board of Trustees, distinguished of the resource speakers, fellow inner wheel members, good afternoon. Leaders care about people. For caring is taking genuine interest on the people we love. Today, Inner Wheel District 378 shows how much genuine interest Inner Wheel members, their families, and most importantly, the communities we serve. Yes, the COVID infection is showing signs that it is on the wane. However, we do not want to put our guards down. We should protect ourselves and those people around us by knowing the facts and doing the appropriate actions and precautions. Let us understand well what COVID-19 is, and let us be aware of everything about it. Listen then well and do what is expected of us to achieve a better, a long, and a happy life. Get the keys that will unlock the way to better health and feed our good habits from here on. Do it now and hop in to today's district rally and enjoy the Lord's gift of life. Thank you, and again, welcome everyone.
Thank you, DC Tita of District 378. Now we have an audiovisual testimony by Angela Shoko. Please keep your eyes on the video.
My name is Ella, and 23 years old, and I live here in San Mateo, Rizal. I am the daughter of Maricon Shoko at pamangkin po ako ni Tita Rose Pavilion. So, start po nung month of July, kung saan nagpa-swab test po ako para po sana samahan yung tatlong daughter ni Tita na minor papuntang province before po mag-lockdown. At the same time, yun na din po yung time na pabalik po si Mama galing pong province para po gawin yung nakapending po niyang work. So yun po, before po ako magpa-swab test, meron na pong nararamdaman yung younger brother ko, at the same time pati yung older sister ko. Na-receive po namin yung result and positive po ako sa COVID. So yun po, nag-self-isolate na po kami. Nag-isolate na po kami na kanya-kanya pong pwesto. At the same time, yun na din po yung may naramdaman po yung mother ko. Nagko-COVID na rin po pala siya. So buti na lang po, meron pong oxygen si tita sa bahay niya na nakatulong po sa mother ko during po nang may COVID po kami. So hindi po talaga kami nagpaalam na may COVID po kami dahil ayaw po nang magpadala ng mother ko sa hospital. Medyo may edad na po siya, hirap na rin po siya. So pag pumunta po kami sa hospital, wala pong mag-aalaga po sa amin at the same time sa kanya po. So yun po, during that time, si Papa po yung nagbibigay ng mga pagkain po namin, nagpo-provide po, inaabot po niya sa gate para po may makain po kami everyday. At the same time, si Tita po may binibigay po siya mga supplement na makakatulong po sa amin. Nag-mass TB intake po kami. So after a month, gumaling po kami, nag-recover po kami. Nakasali pa nga po si Mama sa isa sa mga presentation ni Tita. Nakasayaw pa po siya. Last Friday po, yun po yung nag-collapse po siya, kung saan sinugod po sa amin siya sa pinakamalapit na hospital po dito sa amin. And then, ang sinabi po ng doctor is, nag-positive nga daw po siya ulit sa COVID. At the same time po, yung sakit po niya sa tiyan. So, yun po. For second opinion po, nilipat po ni tita siya sa veterans, kung saan po until now, hinihintay pa po yung pinaka-findings po ng doktor kung ano po talaga yung sakit niya. So, prayers po kami. I know pati po si tita, nanghingi po ng mga prayers sa mga friends po at family po para po kay mama. Matibay po dahil hindi po talaga siya nagsasabi kung may masakit na po sa kanya, hindi po siya nagsasabi kung may mga kailangan po talaga siya. And awareness na po sa amin na dapat po magpa-check up po talaga kung ano po yung mali sa atin at matingnan kung okay po ba tayo. Praying po para sa kanya.
Now, please welcome
your business
our
anywhere
immediate past
that the
district
54
chairman,
countries that our fair
Cynthia C. Reyes, to introduce the resource speaker for today's district rally. Madam Chief, yes. Unmute yourself po, Madam Chief. Thank you. Nakamute pa po. Yan. Okay, thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, ladies. Good afternoon, everyone. It is an honor that we have today a multi-awarded Rotarian, a member of the Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte. He is a plastic and reconstructive surgeon who took further training in craniofacial and microvascular surgery in Eastern Virginia Medical School, Norfolk, Virginia, USA. He has published 10 international medical books, including the bestsellers, Nerve Blocks Made Simple, First Aid and Basic Life Support, and his latest book written is on first aid for COVID-19. He has been joining and organizing medical surgical missions in the Philippines since 1985. He founded the Hospital on Wheels in September 2007, then known as the Mobile Surgical Unit, in cooperation with the Rotary Club of San Francisco del Monte of District 3780. Since its launching, the Hospital on Wheels has served more than 18,000 surgical patients and 400,000 medical patients. He is a frequent speaker in local and international medical conventions. He is the founder and CEO of the Hospital on Wheels, or we call it HOW, H-O-W. Also the founder and CEO of Healthy Lugaw on Wheels, or HELLO, H-E-L-O-W. He is a board of director of the Philippine Red Cross Quezon City, a board of director of the Philippine Chamber of Commerce, also of Quezon City, and a past president of the Philippine Academy for Head and Neck Surgery. He has received various local and international awards, including Outstanding Rotarian of District 3780 in 2008 and 2009, Jose Rizal Humanitarian Award, a UST Medical Association in America 2017, the Outstanding Tomasian Alumni or Total in 2017, Rotary Golden Wheel Award of District 3780 in 2018, and was nominated for CNN Hero in 2017 and 2018. A Dragon Star awardee for Hometown Heroes in Quezon City, and a Thomasian Medical Alumni awardee for Community Service in 2020. Ladies, let us all welcome Dr. Juan P. Sanchez, or Dr. Jim Sanchez as he is widely known in Rotary. Dr. Jim, welcome po.
Thank you, Chief. National President Yoli, District Chairman Tita. I was contacted by Rose and Chit, and I'll be happy to share some of my experiences. Or I will share my presentation, by the way. Okay, allow me to share it. The host can. Okay, I'll be sharing my presentation. Pwedeng paki-alis yung disabled. Naka-disable pa ako. So,
Rose, gawin mo na siyang co-host.
Okay. So, this is very important kasi I'd like you to pay attention.
Pwede na.
Okay. Medyo maiksi lang yung allowed na time sa atin, so we need to make it as possible informative. Now, let's start with what happens when you have COVID-19. Okay, 80% of those who have COVID-19 have mild to moderate conditions. In other words, parang walang nangyari, parang flu. Okay, 15% will need oxygen. In other words, they be serious. And about 6%, 5 to 6%, magiging critical. When you say critical, ito yung magkakaroon ng respiratory support. And the mortality is around 6%. Okay? In other words, 94% will survive, 6% will die. Okay, dalawa po pupuntahan. Ang una, mamamatay ka or magsusurvive. Paano po kung mamatay ka? Kung mamatay ka, problema pamilya mo, kasi sa cremation pa lang po, pinakamura, maghihintay ka ng 2 weeks, 30,000. Kung gusto mo mabilis, 110,000. Ganyan po ang sitwasyon. So lahat po na namamatay, maraming dinadaanan na hardships. How about yung mga nakasurvive na naging critical? They spend around 1 million, minimum 700,000. More than 1 million kung St. Luke's ka, baka abutin ka pa ng 3 million. But that's not the problem. You know, the main problem is yung after effect. I have friends who had suffered this, and 50 to 70% ng kanilang function is gone. So konting galaw, hinihingal sila. Yun ang mabigat because you will have pulmonary fibrosis. In other words, matagal ang rehabilitation. With that, when I say, please remember this, no, it's simple, you have to do it, okay? I've gone through this, I've studied this for more than 2 years. I'm a victim also of COVID, and I have to concentrate all my, focus, my mind in COVID, in treating COVID, okay? Kailangan ba maging infectious specialist ka? Hindi po kailangan. Kasi sa totoo lang po, walang treatment. Pero, maaagapan po yan. So, the title of my talk is First Aid, Treatment, and Prevention. Okay? Now, it is a serious disease and it can cause death. The infection can progress from mild to moderate in a matter of hours or a few days. Ito po ang critical. It can progress. So, wag mo sasabihin, ano lang ito, trangkaso lang ito, baka wala, ano lang ito, sipon lang. Basta may simptomas po, papaliwanag ko mamaya. Ito importante, treat it fast. Okay? How do you do it? Okay? There are important supportive care measures that you have to institute right away instead of waiting. Ito po ang common mistake na marami, including doctors. Okay? Waiting, observing, doing nothing. That is the worst that you can do. Ulitin ko po. Doing nothing, that is the worst. Marami po ang lumala riyan. Okay? Lahat po na sakit, pag pinabayaan ninyo, lalala po yan. Whether diabetes, cancer, infection, lahat po yan. Pag wala kang ginawa, lalala ka. Okay? Ito po ang pinaka-importante, the timely institution of management measures. No? Sabi ko nga sa inyo, wala pa pong established treatment. Wala pa. No? Wala yung pill na pag ininom mo, like sa bacteria, mamamatay ang bacteria. Kasi ang virus po is not a living cell. Not even a cell. How can you kill something that is inert? It is not a living cell, not even a cell. You can destroy it, by the way. Pero, you can destroy it outside. Kasi pag dinestroy mo sa tao, pati yung tao madidestroy yung mga cells. That's the reason kung bakit hindi kagad inaaprubahan yung mga gamot. Kasi high dose. This is important to prevent disease progression and even death. Okay? And the key is to apply the following measures right away. Right away. Dalawa po ang papaliwanag ko ngayon. No? Ang isa, first aid, yung tatandaan nyo sa bandang huli, preventive. Okay? 6 important supportive measures. Hindi nyo kailangan isulat. Very important. Ito, malaking pagkakamali ng iba. You have to rest. May sakit ka na, nagdadadrive ka pa, o nakikipagkwentuhan ka pa, nanonood ka pa, kailangan ipahinga mo. Pahinga, rest. This is the most important. Marami po akong narinig, pinagod nila yung pasyente. Pinagod sa kakahanap ng ospital. Okay? Pinagod sa kaiisip. So you have to rest your mind, body, including your voice. Number 2, drink 1 to moderately hot water every 1 to 2 hours. Yung hindi mapapaso ang bibig. Importante po. Kasi kung early stage po yan, kahit pa paano may madidestroy kayong virus with hot water. Huwag yung masyadong mainit. Yung kaya ng bibig ninyo, unti-unti nyong lunukin. Para yung init dumaan sa lalamunan ninyo. Hindi naniniwala iba, pero ito po ito totoo. Why? Common sense. Ang virus po, saan po ang storage? -4, -8 degrees. Exposed lang po yan, hindi na magagamit ang bakuna. That is the reason kung ano ang effect ng hot water. Katamtaman, huwag kayong magpapapaso. Number 3, kasi you need also, ang virus kasi dumadaan niya sa ilong. No? Breathing is through the nose, And therefore, you have to do steam inhalation. Mali lang po ang pagkaka-promote noon yung suog. Pero effective po ang steam inhalation because it will pass through your nasal cavity, dadaan din po sa mga sinuses ninyo, nasopharyngeal area, at alam naman natin, pagka ikaw ay sinisipon nung mga bata pa tayo, no? Pinaiinom tayong mainit na tubig, nag-i-steam tayo, nag-i-improve. Ganon din po yung virus. It is a respiratory tract disease. Steam inhalation is very important. Magdidiskusyon ba? Hindi po. Bakit? Mahirap po kasi ang kapalit, kamatayan. Okay? Hindi po gagawa ng study ang steam inhalation ng mga malalaking kumpanya. Kasi wala po silang ibebentang mahal na gamot. Wala pong bebentang takuri. Okay? In other words, you need to do this, steam inhalation. Number 4, which is also very important. Huwag kayo mag-i-stay sa saradong kwarto na naka-aircon kayo. Okay? Maganda po, nasa open area kayo. May free flow ng hangin. Free flow. That's the reason kung bakit ang virus ay kumakalat doon sa mga kumakain sa isang enclosed area. Social being, so kain tayo, may distancing kami, pero tandaan po niyan, ang virus po nandyan lang sa kwartong yan. Okay? Paikot-ikot ka yan. Number 5, very important. Deep breathing. You have to do this at least 10 times every hour in an open area. Open area, deep breathing, and very important, under the morning sun. 6 na importante pong, huwag niyong kakalimutan. 1, rest. Number 2, hot water. Number 3, steam inhalation. Number 4, open area. Number 5, deep breathing. Number 6, early morning sun. Other supportive measures, pwede kayong mag-gargle. Moderately hot water. Sleep is very important. Why? Pag puyat po kayo, hindi kayo makaka-recover kagad. Nutritious foods, easy to digest. Kanya nga po yung chicken vegetable soup. Nire-recommenda yan pagka ikaw ay may trangkaso. Okay? Symptomatic management. Okay? Ito po yung binibigay nilang gamot. Ito rin ang bibigay sa inyo sa ospital. Okay? Kasi nga po, wala pa pong gamot na proven to destroy the virus while it is in your body. So, symptomatic management, pag may lagnat, pag may muscle pain, pag may sore throat, bibigay ko sa inyo lahat pagkatapos ng aking leaflet. Okay, bibigay ko po. Padadala ko po yan kay Chit. Dry cough, productive cough, cough with bronchospasm o asthmatic. For nasal congestion, meron din po. For diarrhea, for sleep disturbance. In other words, kung ano ang simptomas, pang-relieve lang po ito, pero hindi treatment. Okay? Yung mga ospital pong yan din ang bibigay sa inyo. So, marirekomenda ko po ang ospital sa inyo. Kayo po magde-decide noon. Pero tandaan po ninyo, maswerte po kayo kung sisilipin kayo ng doktor ng 2 minuto. Maswerte din kayo kung may magbabantay kayo sa inyong nurses. Sa panahon ngayon, nag-aalisan na yung mga nurses. Andun kayo lahat. Okay, sarado ang kwarto ninyo, naka-isolate lang kayo, pero walang masyadong action, kundi nandun kayo, maghintay kayo, mabuhay kayo, or lumala kayo. Hindi ko kayo dinidiscourage, pero siyempre, feeling of security, ospital. Mild to moderate, more than 80%, you will improve. Okay? Vitamins, marirekomenda po ba? Kung may pera po kayo, available, take it. Okay? Pero hindi po ito treatment. Malaking pagkakamali po ang re-recommenda mo lahat ng symptomatic treatment sa lahat ng vitamins o konti na nga ang pera niyan, pangkain na lang, pabibili mo pa, alam mo namang hindi treatment yan. But again, kung may pera po kayo, may added budget kayo, meron kayong reserve, you take it. Okay? Ano ang rationale ng supportive care na sinabi ko? Ito po, from the National Institute of Health. Okay? No specific therapy has been proven to be beneficial in treating outpatients with mild to moderate COVID-19. In other words, wala pong gamot. Your immune resistance pa rin po ang pinaka-importante. Number 1. Pero kailangan tulungan mo. supportive measures. Huwag kang maghintay. Okay? Okay, ito po yung mga may tendency na mag-progress. Alin yun? May lung disease, dati ka naninigarilyo, o kaya sirambaga mo, heart disease, diabetes, kidney disease, cancer, yung mga overweight po, no? At saka yung pregnant. So this, kung meron po kayo nitong pre-existing disease na ito, lalo na po kayo mag-ingat. Okay? At saka mabilis po ang action, huwag kayong maghintay. Okay? Meron po mga binibigay na bagong gamot ngayon pero sa ospital sa Amerika. Yung mga injectable nilang binibigay for conditions na merong high risk na disease progression. Pero injectable po yan, hindi pa po available sa atin. Ang para sa akin, pinakamabisa pa rin supportive measure. Mabilis na institution of supportive measures. Ano po ang presentation? Hindi nyo na may memoryahin. Flu-like. Alam nyo naman ang flu. Sometime nagkaroon na kayo ng flu. Fever, headache, you know. Pero ang pinaka-common po, dry cough. Fever at saka dry cough. Yan ang pinaka-common. Okay, ito po. Ito po ang huwag niyong kalimutan. No? The symptoms range from mild to severe and appear. Dito pa lang po lumalabas, may COVID na kayo pala. Pero nagkakasymptomas kayo between 2 to 14 days. In other words, nagkakalat na kayo ng lagim, meron na pala kayong problema bago lumabas ang mga simptomas. That is the reason kung bakit yung susunod na preventive ay dapat ninyong gawin. Okay? Ito ang key eh. Okay? Meron na pala kayo, narinig nyo kanina yung nagsalita, no? Nagpa-test lang siya, positive. Okay? Pero may konti na siya nararamdaman because the symptoms appear late. Okay? These are the 3 most common symptoms. Fever and dry cough. Saka parang pagod ka, parang masakit ang katawan mo. Naranasan ko po lahat yan. Okay? For most, it starts with a fever and dry cough. Hindi po ito yung sipon na tumutulos ang uhog o yung sipon ninyo. It is fever and dry cough at saka body malaise. Masama ang pakiramdam ninyo. Pagka anong difference ng mild to moderate to severe? Ito ang pinaka distinguishing symptom. Pag nahihirapan huminga, severe. Yun lang po, hindi nyo na may memoryahin. Hirap huminga, severe. Okay, anong gagawin pag severe? Mabilis ang action at kung meron kayong pagkakataon, tumawag kayo sa ospital. Again, while waiting, doon nyo dapat gawin ng supportive measures. Tandaan niyo si Claire de la Puente. Okay, may severe na siya, nahihirapan huminga, walang tumatanggap, naghintay sa emergency room, walang ginawa, lumala po. Okay? If you have severe symptoms, ito pong one hospital command center. Ito lang tatandaan nyo. Ang problema po, madalas hindi sumasagot. Madalas hindi sumasagot. Okay? Kasi punong-puno po sila ng pasyente. Maraming masyadong tumatawag. Okay? Anong gagawin? Sorry na lang po. Kayo rin na maapektuhan. So, huwag kayong maghintay. Anong gagawin ninyo? Oxygen. Narinig po ninyo yung sinabi kanina na nagbigay ng testimony. Nakatulong ang oxygen. That's the reason kung bakit pinasukan ko po yung oxygen na yan, yung hospital on wheels. Na-predict ko na po yan. And therefore, I have 30 oxygen tanks. I have oxygen concentrators. Marami pong natulungan na pasyente. Why? Kasi po, nagkapuno-puno ang mga ospital, nataranta na mga pasyente, nahihirapang huminga. Tandaan po ninyo, subukan ninyong nahihirapan kayong huminga, wala kayong oxygen. Lalo kayo magpapanik, lalo kayo mahihirapan. Progressive na deterioration niya. And therefore, oxygen is very important. It is a treatment. Hindi lang po supportive measures ang oxygen. Okay, yung test na sinasabi, no? Naguguluhan po ating mga kababayan, no? Dalawang klase ng test po. Yung diagnostic at saka antibody. Kalimutan nyo na po lahat. Ito lang ang tandaan nyo, no? RT-PCR test. Okay, yung antigen po, papaliwanag ko sa inyo. Okay, this is the most diagnostic and gold standard, RT-PCR. Okay, yung antigen is only relevant kung positive. But negative result does not confirm that you have COVID or none. pwede po pa rin na false negative. And therefore, magpapa-RT-PCR pa rin kayo para ma-confirm. So dagdag gastos po yan. Kung talaga magpapa-examine ko yung RT-PCR. Ako po, iba ang management ko. Basta po meron symptoms, yung top 9 na symptoms, COVID po yan until proven otherwise. COVID. Okay? Kesa magpagod ka, lalo na kung kulang ang pera mo, at maghahanap ka pa ng RT-PCR, i-presume mo na may COVID ka, then act immediately. Okay? Do not use the antibody testing. No? Marami pong pinagkakitaan dito pero blunder po ito. It is not recommended to check whether you have COVID or not or test kung meron na kayong antibody na tumalab ang vaccine. Forget about it. Okay po? Dagdag lang po sa gastos sa inyo. What happens? Yung pinaliwanag ko, 80% will recover, 15% will become serious and require oxygen, 5 to 6% will be critically ill at nasa ICU. Ito po ang karamihan namamatay. Okay? Pinag-uusapan po natin to. Ang tagal na. No? Ang tagal na nito. Lahat po yan. Lahat. Inoobserbahan natin. Pero bakit may COVID pa rin? Ba't kayo nagkaka-COVID pa rin? Kasi po hindi nasusunod talaga. No? Pero pag sinunod po natin, saan ba nagagaling ang COVID? Outside the home. So kung wala kang gagawin, sa bahay ka lang, hindi ka magkaka-COVID. Saan man gagaling? Papaliwanag ko mamaya. Nasa bahay lang, ba't nagka-COVID? Ito, papaliwanag ko. Okay. In general, COVID is acquired outside. And it is inhaled through the nose. Okay, ito po. Siyempre, kakain ka sa labas. Iinom ka, tanggal ang mask mo. Yun ang window of opportunity para magkaroon kayo ng COVID. May technique po roon. Itupin nyo lang yung facial mask ninyo, double ninyo. Yung sa loob, okay? Ang natatakpan lang yung ilong pero nakakakain ka. Meron po akong mask na ganun. Okay? Ipo-fold mo lang na ganun. No? Wala lang ako rito sa tabi ko pero dali. Okay, kung nakikita po ninyo ito, no? Pero, ayan. Ayan, okay? Kakain ka, fold mo, ganun. Kasi, ang virus po sa ilong dumadaan. Mahirap pong huminga habang kumakain, mabubulunan ka. So, sa nose po, ang daan ng virus. So, pagkakain kayo, meron po kayong ganito dapat. Okay. Saan pa po ang problema? Okay, yung care, siyempre nagtitipid ang marami, no? Lalo na yung mahihirap. Reusable mask, paulit-ulit lang nilang ginagamit. Dapat po yan, sasabunin yan. O kaya may UV light kayo. Yung facial shield. O, meron din nakakapit na virus dyan, hawak ka rin. So ano pong solusyon? Bumili kayo ng 7 facial mask, 7 facial shield, ilagay nyo lang sa plastic, Monday to Sunday. Bago nyo gamitin, naka-number yan, 1 to 7. By the time na ano po yung virus, 5 days, wala na po yan. So you can reuse that. Kung hindi nyo gustong hugasan, hindi nyo na, ayaw nyo nang bumili ng UV light, bumili kayo ng 7 set. Bawat isa, pati yung driver ninyo, pati yung inyong maid. Okay? Kasi, dyan din po kumakapit ang virus. Siyempre, walang pambili po yan eh. And therefore, you also have to provide them with this facial mask, facial shields, no? Mas importante, facial mask. Okay, provide them 7. Tapos lagyan nyo ng plastic. Ilalagay lang po sa plastic. Monday, ayan, hindi nyo muna gagamitin. Sabihin nyo sa kanila, lagyan nyo ng number. Pangalan ng, for example, baby, yung baby yung katulong ninyo. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay? Driver ninyo, for example, Mario, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plastic. Okay? Huwag nyo uulitin yan. Ang 2, Tuesday yan. Okay? So, ganun po ang paraan. Okay? Ito po ang pinaka-importante para sa akin. No? Presume that you got infected or your household staff got infected when she or he went out. Presume all the time. So, pagbalik po ninyo, quick shower. Drink moderately hot water. Pwede pa nga lang, sa kotse pa lang, meron na kayo eh. Okay? Number 3, stimulation, automatic, huwag kayong tamarin. Because that is the best time para ma-destroy ninyo yung virus. Presume that you got infected every time na lalabas kayo kung di maiwasan. Okay, katulong ninyo, naghulog ng pera. Pagbalik niya, kailangan gawin niya yan. Institute. Driver ninyo, pagbalik niya, gawin niya. Okay? Tandaan po ninyo, umuwi pa ng bahay niya. Kanya-kanyang bahay yan. And therefore, kailangan turuan ninyo. Okay? Kasi pagka ho kayo nagkaroon, sabihin niyo sa kanya, wala rin siya trabaho. Okay? Steps that help prevent the spread. Of course, sa bahay. Okay? Tapos, ayan, ano na, alam nyo na yun. Wear mask, sanitize, avoid touching. Lahat po yan, automatic, sinasabi naman, sanay na kayo eh. Pero yung mga binigay ko yung special na tips, yun ang huwag nyong kalimutan. Okay? Ito po yung ating hospital on wheels. Okay? Dahil po COVID, hindi kami nakakalabas, so ginagawa ko po sa clinic. Yan ako, natuto ako mag-block. Okay? Para akong OB-GYN eh. Alam po i-block yung nerve, pudendal nerve. O, nagagawa ko po yung malalaking operasyon sa clinic ko, mga tumors. Ayan, lus-lus. Okay? Hindi makapagtrabaho kasi pag hindi mo inoperahan, hindi makapagtrabaho, hindi rin mabigyan ng clearance. No? Tapos yan, tinuturuan ko mga estudyante. Iba-ibang institution. We continue doing service even during COVID days. Okay? Ayan po. Siyempre, kahit to sabihin nating matanda na, gusto pa rin ayos, siyempre. Naayos po natin under local anesthesia. Ito po yung team natin. Tanda ho ninyo yung sa Baguio. So, nag-mission po tayo doon. Nandiyan tayo, nag-opera kami. No? Ito po ang uniform ng ating Rotary Club. No? Medyo malaki ang team. May mga surgeon, may mga internal medicine, may mga nurses, may driver, etc. Ito po yung ating ginagawa at ang ating vision. Problema, lack of access, especially in remote areas. Solution. Ang solution po, hospital on wheels, dalin mo. Bring the hospital close to the community. Yan po ang solusyon sa Pilipinas. Pwede mo isakay sa Roro. Sangkatutak po pagka tayo pumunta sa mission. No? Ito po ang project na sa tingin ko ay solusyon na makakatulong sa problema sa healthcare ng Pilipinas. Magkaroon lang po ng isa in every region, tapos na po yung problema sa healthcare. Hindi ganun kalaki ang cost. Nyala, walang kita ang mga nasa gobyerno. Yung pong ating storage, ginawa ko na rin po. Dito pa kami nagpapakain. No? Lugaw. Ang kagutuman po, problema ngayon. Kagutuman. So, kailangan po tumulong tayo. Ito po yung ating feeding. No? Ay, nako, sabihin ko sa inyo, maghapon po yung nakapila niyan. Nagbabaon pa sila. Binigyan mo na, may dala pang plastic para panggabi. No? A simple project, pero ang dami po natutulungan. Kanya lang po, binawalan tayo, virus spreader din tayo. Meron po tayong dalawang lugaw on wheels, no? Rotary Club, Inner Wheel Club, tumutulong po. Unfortunately, binawal po muna. Kasi nga raw, virus spreader. Mas mahirap po yung para sa akin, gutom. No? Mamamatay sila sa gutom. Magnanakaw, kung ano-anong gagawin nilang problema. So ito po, tingnan nyo gaano kasimple. Lalagyan mo lang boiled egg. No? May sustansya na po. Pagkakain po nila, humihingi pa lalo yan. Hihingi pa rin yan pagkaano. Wala akong matirahan ng marami. Mga kababayan natin. At least makakatulog po sila na hindi gutom. Mahirap po matulog ng gutom. Ngayon, dinagdagan po natin ang service natin. April, pinlano na po natin. Nakita ko na po nangyari sa India, nakita ko yung nangyari sa Indonesia, namili na ho ako ng oxygen tank. We had 30 oxygen tanks at may mga supply pa ho tayo. Oxygen concentrator, meron na ho tayo. So nagtayo po tayo ng first aid call center. Kasi siyempre, pagtawag nila, may sakit ka na, wala ka pang matanong, at least meron kang call center. At meron ho tayong emergency medical service. No? Pupunta ako any time of the night, any time of the day. Pag tawag mo, numbers, and then, ito, tinigil ko na muna kasi mabigat i-maintain call center. Pero to tuloy pa ho itong emergency medical service. We deliver oxygen doon sa mga nangangailangan po. If you have COVID-19 and you have difficulty breathing, you really need oxygen. It is while your immune system is fighting the disease and while you are looking for a hospital. Very, very important po. Okay? Yan po ang hindi nakita ng ating pamahalaan. Okay? Puno mga ospital, anong gagawin ng tao? Bahala ka na sa buhay mo. Okay? I love Rotary. Why? It is a circle and a wheel. Yung circle po is a symbol of perfection, love and perfection. And the wheel is like our life. Sometimes nasa taas ka, sometimes nasa baba ka. Okay? Ito po ang ating Rotary Club, SFDM, and Inner Wheel Club, and Rotaract. So, happy. Ito po yung huli nating kuha dyan sa circle. Hanggang ngayon, no, lumalakas pa rin po ang ating Rotary. No? Thinking of many things how to help our country. Maraming salamat sa inyong panahon.
Maraming salamat po, Dr. Juan P. Sanchez, on your physical and medical awareness talk. Marami pong salamat. Nagpapalakpakan po kaming lahat ngayon.
Thank you, Doc Jim.
Yes, thank you,
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Doc. Okay.
Sobrang informative.
Yes. At this point, may I call on our district chairman, Clarita L. Alagar, and of course, our chairman for our district rally, to give you the certificate of appreciation, which will be read by our district secretary, Tess Abayo.
Medyo nag-ring.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes. Inner Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 378, presents this certificate of appreciation.
Rose nawala.
Dali, naghanga. Ayun. Stop ko muna. Punta mo nakatabi sa sa PowerPoint. PowerPoint ko ngayon. Ayun.
Okay. Presents this certificate of appreciation to Dr. Juan P. Sanchez, MD, FPCS, in grateful recognition for his invaluable contribution as resource speaker on the topic physical and medical awareness as part of COVID awareness and preparation during the District 378 rally, thereby promoting the International Inner Wheel theme for Inner Wheel Year 2021 to 2022, Pink First. Given this 23rd day of October 2021 during the virtual IWCPI District 378 rally, signed by Rosemary D. Fabellion, District International Service Organizer and Chairman of IWCPI District 378 Rally, and Clarita L. Alagar, District Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Thank you.
Salamat po. Pagka po, yung handbook tapos na po, for printing na, bibigay ko na lang po kay sheet yung copy ninyo.
Doc Jim, would you be entertaining questions?
Sure, opo.
Oo. Are there any questions? Doc Jim, mauna lang ako ng tanong. You mentioned about oxygenator? Yung
Yeah, oxygen concentrator.
Concentrator, oo. Do you think it is a must for every household to have one, especially kung may mga senior citizens?
Well, ganito po yan. In general, hindi po kailangan. Okay, in general.
Okay.
That's the reason kanya ako tinayo yan. Pwede kayong tumawag kaagad, no? Pwede kong i-deliver. Kasi you may be spending na something that you will not need. Okay? And it costs, it's very expensive po yung medical grade. It's around 50,000. Okay, yung mga naka-advertise po, hindi po medical grade yun. So, huwag kayong bibili noon. Ang di-deliver po noon 3 liters per minute. What you need is 10 liters per minute, medical grade. Yung mga naka-advertise po lahat na yan, nasa mga, ano lang po yan, yung mga 6,000, 3,000, 10,000. Huwag nyo nang bilhin po yan, sayang po yung pera ninyo.
Okay. Thank you po.
Doc Jim, yung yung electric, anong pinagkakaiba nun sa yung may tank?
Okay. Yung tank, 100% ang oxygen. Okay? Yung oxygen concentrator, at the most, ang binibigay sa inyo na 95% oxygen and sometimes 70%. So, hindi consistent. Ang problema po sa tanke, siyempre yung refill at saka mabigat. Pero mas effective. Ngayon, yung oxygen concentrator, pwede nyong back up pag habang nire-refill yung oxygen tank. Okay, so ang problema din yan, kung mawalan ng kuryente, titigok ka rin. So, mas maganda kung talagang meron kayong concentrator, meron din kayong oxygen tank. At least portable. Okay. By the way, marami pong na-save dyan sa oxygen na yan. Kasi it's a treatment. Kasi parang gera po yan eh. Dalawang magkalaban, dalawang infantry, okay? Mas malakas ito, kailangan ng suporta ito, dagdagan mo. Okay? Mauubusan na ng bala to, dagdagan mo. Yung bala mo, yung oxygen, yung mga supportive measures, kanya importanteng gawin mo kaagad yung supportive measures. Kasi malakas ang kalaban eh.
I have a question po, Doc. Regarding po sa ivermectin, yung po ba ay effective sa mga masakit ng COVID na?
Okay, yan po ay, ang ivermectin po under study pa. May mga nagpo-promote, okay? Ganito yan, no? It has been proven that it can destroy the virus at a high dose. In other words, sa in vitro, outside the body, yung study. Parang alcohol yan, 70%, hinalo mo yung virus, siguradong destroy dyan. Ganon din na ivermectin. Ganon din yung Clorox. Pero hindi mo pwedeng inumin yung Clorox, mamamatay ka. Hindi rin pwedeng alcohol. Okay, so it was proven in vitro. Okay, itong it was promoted for mild to moderate COVID. Which, sabi ko nga sa inyo, 80% uminom ka o hindi, gagaling ka. That's the reason kung bakit hindi maaprubahan siya. Kasi pinopromote sa mild to moderate. Ngayon, isinasabay ngayon sa severe with high-dose vitamin C, melatonin, ivermectin, isinasabay nila. So, hindi malinaw. So, ang isang nila is puminom ka as prophylactic. Medyo blunder po yun. Why? Do you think you will drink something for the rest, maybe 3-5 years every day? Hindi. Ang recommended nila is every 2 weeks or every month. Tama. Iinom ka every 2 weeks or every month. Ang problema po roon, meron ba kayo nabalitaan na gamot na tumatagal sa katawan ng mahigit 24 oras?
Yes.
Wala po. Kanya nga po ang gamot, take 1 capsule 2 times a day.
Yes.
Having 2 times a day, after 12 hours, you need yung half-life niya
Yeah.
halos wala na.
Yes.
Okay? Kanya sinabing 1 capsule 4 times a day.
Yes.
Kasi after 6
Yes,
hours,
yes.
you have to take another, ano. Pero pag sinabi mo sa akin, take 1 tablet every 2 weeks, o kaya every month, kalukuhan po yun. Kasi hindi magbabantay yung gamot mo riyan ng 2 linggo na walang ginagawa riyan, kalukuhan po yan. Laki ng katawan mo para yung gamot, ma-maintain niya, magwardyahan yung buong katawan mo. Hindi po totoo yun.
Oo nga, no?
So, wag po kayo mas effective po para sa akin, supportive measures. Kahit na ano po variant yan, basta inagapan mo, no, wag kang maghintay. At saka kung kayo po may pre-existing conditions like diabetes, kontrolin mo. At this time, okay? Meron kang heart disease, kontrolin mo. Ano po yun? Lifestyle. Anong gagawin mo? Diet, plant-based diet. Tapos mag-exercise ka everyday. Katulad ng ginagawa ni Sok, nagsusumba yan. Okay? Nakita niyo si Gob Florian? Si Florian, nagkaroon ng COVID yan. Matibay yan. Why? Nagsusumba po yan. Kita niyo wala siyang after na complications. Matindi yan na ICU yan pagkatapos niya. Nakakasumba pa uli. Why? Kasi physically fit. Kung makita po ninyo yung mga basketball players sa NBA, nagka-COVID, baliwala. Because they are physically fit. So ang akin dito, ngayon pa lang, kung medyo overweight ka, mag-exercise ka na. Magbawas ka ng kain. Bakit po? Pag mabigat ka, na pinahiga ka sa kama, malaki tiyan mo, okay? Hirap i-push ng lungs yan. Yung diaphragm nyo, hirap. So kailangan talagang kung pwede lang wala yung tummy ninyo, yung waistline ninyo, get rid of it, yung extra fat na yan, no? Ngayon pa lang everyday. Ayaw umitim ng mga Pilipino. Para sa akin po mali yun. Dapat po early morning magpainit ka na sa araw, maglakad ka rin, magpawis ka. Okay? The reason bakit mas mataas ang ating mortality, mas marami nagkakasakit. Maraming Pilipino, they are not physically fit. They don't care about their health. Kain ng kain, fast food, processed foods. Tapos, pagkatas kumain, mag-cellphone na. Maghapon, cellphone. Pagkagising, cellphone, o kaya iPad, iPhone, o kaya Netflix. Hanggang makakatulog. Huwag po kayong uupo or hihiga pagkatapos kumain. Resist the temptation. Maglakad kayo. Paggising niyo sa umaga, resist the temptation of looking at your cellphone. Minom kayo ng mainit na tubig, maglakad kayo, kumain kayo ng konti. Maglakad po kayo under the morning sun. Resist the temptation. Ang lahi po natin naging baliw na. Okay? Anong naging baliw? Naging addict. Addict sa gadget, addict sa eleksyon, puro mali po ang ating mga priority. Maling mga priority, mga anak natin, ang mga apo natin. Okay? 2 years old pa lang, galing na sa computer, patay kang bata ka. Umpisa na ng kalbaryo mo. Hindi walang panahon sa iyo yan. Alisin po yung mga gadget, yan ang pumatay sa natin. Mas marami po ang sakit ngayon. Alam niyo bang 300 ang namamatay sa heart attack every day? Average, 300. Pero pa yung nai-stroke. Nai-stroke, ganun din. Number 1 and number 2 killers are heart attack and stroke because of what happened. Wala na naglalakad. Okay, maglakad ka sa paligid mo, sa bomba, sa bahay mo. Maglakad ka. 1 oras pagkakain mo. Umaga, tanghali, gabi. Pilitin mo. So yun po ang aking advice. Mahaba masyado.
Nakaka-guilty to.
Hindi, kailangan gawin natin. Kasi kailangan pamarisan tayo. Kailangan pamarisan po tayo ng kabutihan, hindi tayo pamarisan ng kasamaan.
Parang ang daming trabaho nito, yung mga bilbil natin.
Get rid of it. Get rid of it.
Doc, yung isa na yung yung aking secretary, nagka-COVID siya, 1 buwan siya sa hospital. Tapos wala naman siyang sakit na diabetic, hindi siya ganon. Pero nung pag-uwi niya, nag-insulin na siya.
Ganito po yung COVID na yan. Maraming organ system at sisirain po niyan. As the reason na huwag kang maging bystander. Pag nagkaroon ka na, suspetsa pa lang. In other words, lumabas ka, pag uwi mo, mag-stimulation ka na, uminom ka na ng mainit na tubig. Huwag mo nang antayin, tamaan ka. Pagka ikaw in hospital na, late na yan. Pag ikaw ay naghanap na ng doktor, late na yan. Late na po. Bakit ka naghanap ng doktor? Ibig sabihin, malala na sakit mo. Kasi kung di malala, hindi ka maghahanap eh. Okay? Pag na-hospital ka, lalong malala. Okay? So, late na po sa akin yung mga yan. In other words, the real frontliners are us. When you have a long war like this, you have to teach the people. Provide them with the knowledge. Yan ang malaking pagkakamali po ng gobyerno. Ginawang mga parasite ang maraming tao. Ang sekreto po riyan, arm the people with knowledge. Natatakot ka kasi hindi mo alam. When you know what to do, you have no fear. Okay? Parang katulad lang po yan ng electrician. Paano gagawin ng kuryente? Hindi ka marunong, makukuryente ka. Pero kung marunong ka, hindi ka natatakot. Okay? Ganon din po sa pag-handle niyan. Alam mo na. Okay? So, knowledge is power. Still, para sa akin.
Okay, any more questions from the gallery? Or Dr. Jim?
Tulungan nyo lang po ako mag-spread nitong ating handout. Matatapos na po. It's a 4-page handout. Mga important things lang. Kasi karamihan po ng kababayan natin walang pera. Walang pera. Ngayon, the faster na mag-get rid itong problemang ito, the faster we recover. So yung handout po yan, ginagawa ko na may illustration. Ikalat po natin through Inner Wheel Club, through Rotary Club, buong Pilipinas, ikalat po natin. So gagawin po natin dyan, lalagyan po natin yan ng Rotary Club, lalagyan natin ng Inner Wheel Club sa likod. Yung cost will be shouldered by mga sponsors. For example, no? Let's say ako, sponsor ako. Ilan ang pwede? 1,000 copies. Sige, sasagutin ko yan. Kasi mura lang po yan eh. Kasi siyempre may printing ko. Si Alan po magpiprinting. No? Si Alan Asi.
Okay. Yeah, I think, Doc, okay, and we have district chairmen here from different districts. I think they will welcome that idea as well. We have our national president here, Yoli Wikoko. Baka po pwede rin niyang i-push sa kanyang mga district chairman yung idea po na yan.
Opo, pwede po online.
Yes.
Pero maganda po yung meron kang printed material eh. O post mo lang yan sa refrigerator mo, lalagay mo dyan. O kaya sa bahay. No?
Ay, pag nagpa-project po, pwedeng ipamigay doon sa mga...
Pwede po natin i-project yan. Lagay po natin ang Inner Wheel Club. No?
Question po.
Sinimulan na po ni DC Lulu Yambao. In-ensure niya na sila ay magkakaroon ng handbook.
Okay. Thank you.
Dr. Jim, saan kami
Opo.
pwede humingi? This is DC Bildesus.
Okay, ganito po. I will coordinate with past Governor Mar at saka kay Chit, no? Sila ang mag-ano na lang po para coordinated.
Opo, we can do that po so that we can disseminate the information right away.
Opo, thank
Thank
you.
you po, Doc Jim. Kilala ko naman
Salamat
si Chit
po.
eh. Si IPDC Chit, kilala ko.
Okay, maraming po salamat. Kung wala na pong tanong at alam niyo naman na meron pa po akong talk. Ang mga kausap ko naman po yung mga interfaith. Kinausap ko na yung priests and pastors all over the Philippines para ma-spread ito. Kasi knowledge again is power. If we work together, we can defeat this. Alam po ninyo, virus walang utak yan eh. Bakit tayo natatalo? Bakit tayo natatalo? Tayo may utak. Ibig sabihin dyan, hindi natin ginagamit yung knowledge natin. Okay, so maraming po salamat.
Salamat po.
Okay, Doc Jim, thank you and God
Thank you
bless
po.
your work. God bless your work.
Thank you, Doc Jim.
Okay, now we have our second testimony. Please keep your eye on the screen. Julie Roland will give us a testimony.
Hi, I'm Julie Auntie Holland from Quezon City. Me and my family, including our kids, tested positive in COVID-19, symptomatic last August 9, 2021, and isolated for 14 days. I got recovered and the kids, but unfortunately, my husband died last August 23 due to critical COVID. He stayed at ICU for 10 days and intubated for 5 days. COVID is real. It can separate you to your loved ones. Beware, COVID is a trait or disease. It can make your body weak. The loss of a husband, a father of my kids, a partner in life is so painful. No words can console my pain. I don't know where my pain came from. But life must go on. We have 2 lovely daughters that I need to feed, that I need to take care of. With the help of my family and my spiritual family, they are my support system. They have the big part where I am right now. They make my life so easy. They are the one who encouraged me. They uplifted my spirit every time I cry and feeling alone. That's why it's important to have a support group, most especially this time of painful season of our lives. We need our family. We need our spiritual family, our mentors, our brothers and sisters in Christ who never failed to pray for me and encourage me. I feel relief every time they tell me na, kaya mo yan, laban lang, kasama mo kami, kasama mo si Lord. Kaya I encourage everyone na nakaka-experience right now ng pain, COVID man yan, or anumang klaseng sakit yan. Pwedeng emotional, pwedeng spiritual, pwedeng social. Huwag lalayo sa mga taong makakatulong sa'yo sa pag-move forward. Losing a loved one may be hard, but we can get a comfort and hope in the Lord that He will never leave us, He will never forsake us. In Him, may forever. God bless you all.
Now to introduce our second speaker is Past District Chairman Christine Ross.
Good afternoon to all District 378 officers and members, dignitaries, and guests. I am honored and privileged to introduce to you our next speaker for today. Our guest speaker completed her Bachelor of Science in Industrial and Organizational Psychology at the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. She finished her Master of Divinity at the Far Quarters International Theological Seminary with a Latin honor cum laude. And last June 2017, she graduated in her Doctor of Ministry with a Latin honor magna cum laude from the same seminary. She is happily married and deeply devoted to her husband, Reverend Dr. Julius R. Daoa, and are blessed with 2 children, JC and Jazz, who are a constant source of love and support. Her educational background, exposure, and experience as kids teacher, youth and young professionals pastor, Bible school professor, mentor to pastors, discipler, wife, and mother gave added insights to her teachings, seminars, and counsel. Currently, she is the executive pastor of Amazing Hope Christian Church International, a 14-year-old church with 627 small group leaders, almost 774 small groups, and approximately 10,000 members. She is leading the Women's Network of the Church for 11 years. She also handles the growing young professionals ministry of Amazing Hope called Cutting Edge. To discuss on the importance of psychological and spiritual awareness in times of COVID, let us all welcome Dr. Danalyn Daoa.
Promo na ba yun, Miss? Promo na siya?
Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank your organization, Inner Wheel Club of the Philippines Incorporated, District 378, for the invitation, for inviting me here, and for the chance to be with you all and discuss this very timely topic. I also would like to thank the district chairman, Ms. Clarita Alagar, of course, the chairman, Ms. Rosemary Pabellon. Thank you so much po sa opportunity na ito. Also would like to thank all the officers and members of this organization. Good afternoon po sa inyong lahat. I hope that you're having a good time as we gather here and as we listen to these topics na naihanda po sa atin right now. I hope that these topics will not just give you information but also will lead us to transformation. No, magkakaroon ng change of lifestyle, magkakaroon ng change of activity sa atin that will bring out the best, in us. So I was given this topic about mental and spiritual awareness or preparation in this COVID-19 or in this pandemic. Hindi naman po talaga madali. It's not really easy to live right now, lalo na po sa panahon natin. But hindi lang naman ikaw o ako ang nahihirapan. It's actually buong mundo, no, na laban po talaga, and sobrang ang daming inirelease nito, ang daming nilabas ng pandemic na ito, ang daming pinarealize ng pandemic na ito. It's nga sa mga bagay that we discover is that there's a lot of people who experience depression and anxiety during this pandemic. Maybe because the pandemic itself, yung mismong virus na ito talagang nag-cause siya ng matinding fear sa maraming tao. I think sa lahat ng tao, 'di ba? Lahat ng tao sa buong mundo. At hindi natin maiiwasan ng matakot, pero iba kapag naka-experience ka na ng anxiety. When you say anxiety, it means severe na severe na yung takot mo, may kasama na yung depression. Actually, it goes together, 'di ba? When you're anxious, you there's a tendency that you get depressed, or when you're depressed, there's a tendency that you are anxious. Kaya napaka-importante po that we know how to handle this situation na kung saan ay nailagay po tayo. Wala naman po talagang nagkagusto or may gusto na mangyari ito sa atin. It so happen, nandito tayo, nabuhay tayo sa mundong ito at na-experience natin itong pandemic nito. So right now, I'm not gonna discuss here about how are we going to get or why we do get this anxiety or depression. Kasi nga, sabi ko nga, this pandemic, itong mismong virus na ito, itong mismong na-experience natin pandemic, ito pa lang talagang nag-cause na sa atin. But what I would like to share with you now is how are we going to help our mental how are we going to keep our mental health healthy? 'Di ba? Paano ba natin gagawin pang mas healthy ang ating pag-iisip and even our spiritual life? Napaka-importante niyan sa pag-uusapan po natin, because I always believe that God is in every situation that we have at napaka-importante na tama yung pag-iisip natin pagdating sa Panginoon din. But I would like to share to you tips on how are we going to handle if, for example, you've been experiencing depression right now or anxiety. These tips ay hindi naman po mahirap, kasi ang ibibigay ko ay mga bagay that you can do actually at home. So you don't have to go outside and be with people para lang magawa ang mga bagay na ito. So number one na bagay na I want to give to you is that whenever you experience anxiety, depression, or maybe hindi ka pa naman da-diagnose, talagang you're just experiencing severe
fear right now, or like nakaka-experience ka ng matinding loneliness or maybe sadness, these are the things that can really help you. These are the things that can really help you, but you have to do it. Ikaw kailangan. Di ba lagi nga po natin sinasabi na dapat we also help ourselves. Kailangan tulungan din natin yung sarili natin. So number 1 is to keep your regular routine. You know, maintaining a regular schedule is important to your mental health. It keeps to manage anxiety and will help you adapt more quickly to this current reality, itong nangyayari sa atin ngayon. Pag meron kang regular routine, okay, yung mga schedules mo on a everyday basis, yung mga daily basis na mga schedules mo, nakakatulong yan para hindi ka mag-focus sa na-experience mong anxiety, para hindi ka rin mag-focus sa mga nangyayari currently, at matanggap natin, mas maging madali sa atin to accept what is going on in our reality. We need to create clear distinctions. Dapat mag-create ka ng clear distinction between work and non-work time. Yan. Sana po meron pa kayo nun, no? Work and non-work time. Ideally, in both your physical space and even your head space. So find something to do that is not work or that is not virus-related. Yan, hanap ka ng mga magagawa mo na wala namang kinalaman sa coronavirus or wala naman ding masyadong kinalaman sa work mo. That, kung saan, alam mo, when you're gonna do that, it brings joy to you. Nakakabigay siya ng kasiyahan sa'yo and fulfillment as well. So working in short bursts with clear breaks will help to maintain your clarity of thought. Kapag, alam mo yon, very quick mo lang naman ginawa yon, pero talagang nagbigay sa iyo ng break sa mga nangyayari ngayon sa paligid, mapapaisip tayo ng mas maayos, magkakaroon tayo ng maayos na kaisipan. Number 2 is limit exposure to news media. Now, I know na napaka-importante po that we are informed on what's going on, especially with this pandemic. But yung too much exposure, take note of that word, too much exposure po sa news will also not help us. Because what? It can heighten your fears about the disease. Pwede niyang pataasin yung takot na na-experience natin. So we can limit, no? Pwede nating i-limit yung social media natin, yung exposure natin, most especially yung pagka-expose natin sa mga rumors and false informations. Lalo na po ngayon, we have what we call false informations or yung fake news. Ayan. So, wag agad-agad nagpapadala po sa mga fake news. Also, limit reading, hearing, or watching other news. But, keep up to date. No? Kailangan updated pa rin tayo sa mga national and even local recommendations. So, we can look for sources, good sources, reliable sources, whenever we want to be informed. So, we need to try, also this is my tip, try to avoid speculation. Pagdating sa pagiging exposed mo sa media or sa news, try to avoid speculation and look up reputable resources on the outbreak. Because why? Kasi kapag nagpapadala lang tayo sa mga rumor and speculation, it can actually fuel our anxiety. So it will not help us. So it is very important before mo pa basahin and also before mo din i-share sa iba, napaka-importante po that yung source na pinaghuhaan mo ay reputable. Alam mo, hindi yan maglalabas ng fake news. Tama ba? And also, stay busy. Ayan, alam ko marami po sa inyo talaga ang busy ngayon. But you know what? Yung distraction can get you away from the cycle of negative thoughts kasi. And those negative thoughts kasi, it can feed kasi the anxiety and depression. But when you're busy doing things, you know, you do your business and you do things at home, di ba? Kapag nagagawa natin yan, na-enjoy mo yung mga hobbies mo, naaalis ka dun sa mga negative thoughts. Lalo na po, ang daming negativity ngayon. So, dapat naaalis tayo sa mga ganong klase ng pag-iisip by making ourselves busy, no? Doing something positive or do something positive to manage anxiety. It is very healthy na kung saan ano yan coping strategy na very healthy po, especially sa mga nakaka-experience ng anxiety. Also, focus on your positive thoughts. You have to choose to focus on positive things in your life. I always believe on this. Na meron mga negative things that's happening right now, I always believe that there's a lot of things to be thankful for. There's a lot of positive things that we can think of. So instead of dwelling on how bad you feel right now or how bad is your feeling right now, consider starting each day with listing all the things that you are thankful for. Consider all the things na binigay sa'yo ng Panginoon, the blessings that you have, the family that you have, what else, the business that you have, or any blessings na naiisip mo. With that, when you maintain a sense of hope, work to accept changes as they occur and try to keep problems in perspective, malilesen yung pagtingin mo ng hindi maganda, malilesen ang anxiety and depression, and it can be It can be banished. Pwede siyang mawala because you maintain that positive thoughts. Now, also maintain connections. Alam ko we are commanded to do social distancing, but you can actually do it via phone call or video call. Even the most introvert, yung sabihin natin supreme introvert na person, kailangan din ng connection for his or her mental and a physical health as well. So, there are a lot of people, a lot of groups na nagkikreate, kagaya po ng grupo na ito, nagkikreate mga ganito na mga virtual forums na pwede kang mag-attend, pwede kang maki-chat with them, or you just wanna sit back and just listen to them, enjoy the conversation, okay lang. Basta you have to maintain connection. Okay? You call your family, you call your friends. Hindi naman kailangan or sabihin natin everyday, pero kung gusto mo everyday, wala din namang masama. Huwag din naman yung masyadong matagal na wala na tayong nagawa sa sarili natin for that day. But, napaka-importante po that we stay connected to each other because this pandemic taught us a big, big lesson, and that is life is too short. Ngayon, kausap mo lang, mamaya, hindi na. So, napaka-importante po that we stay connected. Also, set priorities. Don't become overwhelmed by creating a life-changing list of things to achieve while you're at home. Set reasonable goals. Pwede ka mag-set ng mga reasonable goals mo each day and outline steps paano mo i-reach yung mga goals na yon. And then, pag nare-reach mo yung mga goals na ibinigay mo, kahit mga maliliit lang, give yourself a credit. Okay? A tap, no? Sasabihin mo, good job ka doon, di ba, self? Okay? Kasi it will It will bring out or mag-create yan ng ng magandang vibes sa'yo. And you will recognize, you will see yourself that even yung mga small achievements mo can be celebrated. Hindi lang kailangan yung mga malalaki. And of course, lastly, to maintain a very good mental health, lastly, use your moral compass or spiritual life support. Kasi if you draw strength from a belief system, it can bring you comfort during difficult times. I always believe that God is in control of everything. There's a lot of things here on earth that we are not in control of, but God is in control of everything. Yes, even this pandemic, in control ang Panginoon dito. I'm not saying that God is the one who gave this to us, pero alam ko na kontrolado pa rin ng Panginoon ang lahat ng bagay na nangyayari dito. So if you have your support, if you have a small group na nagusaan, it's like a Bible study where you can, you share, or people are sharing the Word of God, it brings comfort to you. Makakatulong yun po sa atin. Every time that we get to know God, it helps you. Even if you are experiencing depression or anxiety, when you get to know God, alam mo, it helps you to fight, or even para makayanan mo yung mga attacks ng anxiety or depression na yan. Talking about this, I remember one king during in the New Testament or in the Old Testament. This king is King David. I think a lot of you kilala po si King David, di ba? The Bible describe him as a man after God's own heart. But King David may not be able to experience this kind of pandemic, but he experienced a lot of battles in his life. But there was one time that he was in the middle of the battle when he wrote a song. In Psalm 27, sa babasahin ko lang po, sabi niya, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid? When the wicked advance against me to devour me, it is my enemies and my foes who will stumble and fall. Though an army besiege me, my heart will not fear. Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident. One thing I ask from the Lord, that this only do I seek, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life, to gaze the beauty of the Lord, to seek him in his temple. For in the day of trouble, he will keep me in his dwelling. He will hide me in the shelter of his sacred tent and set me high upon a rock. Then my head will be exalted above the enemies who surround me. At his sacred tent, I will sacrifice with shouts of joy. I will sing and make music to the Lord." You know, in the middle of battle, hardship, like what we're experiencing right now, a King David was able to write a song, no, para sa Panginoon, declaring that God is his only hope. No, I always believe on this, that there's a lot of people who loved us, but you know, they will not stay forever. Intentionally or not, they will leave us. This world, it has its ending. But there's something, or there's someone na kung saan walang ending. And that is our God. And kung siya yung walang ending, definitely, He will be our only hope. Na tatlong bagay lang po na nakita ko dito sa kanta ni King David. Imagine na, this is a king already. He has a lot of possession. He has an army. Malamang mayaman siya. Marami siyang pinagkakakitaan. Ganon. But, even though he's a king, meron pa rin naging king sa kanya. He's a king, but he is also submitted to a king, to the King of Kings and to the Lord of Lords. Tatlong bagay ang nakita ko dito, na nakita ni David patungkol sa pagkuha niya ng hope sa Panginoon. Saan ba natin makukuha yung hope na kagaya ng hope na nakuha ni, or pag-asa na nakuha ni King David even in this time of pandemic? Number one is we can get this only hope from our confidence in the Lord. Sabi niya dito, "The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is my stronghold of my life, and whom shall I be afraid?" Sabi niya sa bandang dulo, "Though war break out against me, even then I will be confident." So the only hope, or that hope that is coming from the Lord, you can get it by what? Having confidence in the Lord. Dito, King David showed to us that first, he has what? A good relationship with the Lord. Alam niya, kilala niya ang Panginoon. That's why he can say all these things. Because he knew God. And he keeps on knowing God during that time. Nakita niya that the Lord is his light, his salvation, his strength. In the middle of the battle, nakakita siya ng liwanag, ng kaligtasan, at ng lakas. Saan? Sa confidence niya daw sa Panginoon. So I am encouraging right now anyone who's listening. Kung nasa middle ka ng battle today, I want you to stop for a while at alalahanin mo, paano ka niligtas ng Panginoon before pa? I believe He has never and will never change. Because He has been faithful in the past, we can count on Him that He will be faithful at this moment, in the present. So I want you to think of all the things He has done, the victories He has won, the enemies that He has defeated, and the mountains that He has moved for you. So think on those things and remember that God who performed countless wonders in the past is the same God that we have today. And with that, you can get that hope, yung confidence mo sa Panginoon. Pangalawa po, sabi niya, one thing I ask in the Lord, that I will dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life. So where can David get that hope? Una, in his confidence to the Lord. Pangalawa, in our commitment, or in his commitment to the Lord. King David showed here that even he's in the middle of the battle, he still wants to dwell in the presence of God. What a commitment, amen? When talking about commitment, siguro ang pinakamatinding commitment or na pwede kong i-describe is the commitment or the vows ng marriage. For better or for worse, in sickness and in health, for richer and for poorer, till death do us part. Ganon si King David kay Lord. Whether may battle or wala, I'm yours. Even if I'm in the middle of, Lord, di ko alam kung mamamatay na ba ako o hindi, I'm yours. You know, the truth is, mahihirapan po tayong makita si Lord as our only hope pag hindi tayo committed sa Kanya, pag paalis-alis tayo sa commitment natin sa Panginoon. And we don't want that, tama ba? We don't want people na hindi nagko-commit sa atin or even sa mga businesses natin. Ganon din ng Panginoon. He wants us to commit our lives to Him. Kasi pag nakita mo ang Panginoon, that He is sovereign, that He is so powerful, that He can handle everything, that He's control of everything, then, bakit ka nga naman hindi magkukomit sa isang Diyos na napakalakas pala? Ba't ka nga pala hindi magkukomit sa isang Diyos na napakatalino pala? Mas matalino pa sa'yo at mas matalino sa atin. So, importante sa atin ang commitment at importante po yun sa Panginoon. You wanna get that hope? Gusto mo maging hopeful pa? Get that by what? Committing yourself to God. And lastly, sabi niya, for the day of trouble, He will keep me safe in His dwelling. He will hide me in His shelter of His sacred tent and set me high upon the rock. Then my head will be exalted upon the enemies who surround me, and His sacred tent will I sacrifice with shout of joy. I will sing and make music to the Lord. Saan niya nakuha yung kanyang only hope? Una, sa kanyang what? Confidence in the Lord. Pangalawa, in His commitment to the Lord. And lastly, in our comfort in the Lord. David showed to us that even in the middle of the battle, in the middle of this pandemic, you can still find hope by experiencing the comfort that God can give you. That even in the middle of anxiety attack or depression, God can comfort you. You know, I can testify sa sarili ko pong experience because for the past months, my brother had a good fight naman sa COVID. Yes, he survived COVID, but during those times that he was in the hospital fighting for his life, you know, I was crying inside my CR kasi my kids can just run sa loob ng room and baka maputol yung pagpipray ko. And so I was crying inside the CR. But you know, during those time, I was crying to the Lord, begging God for mercy and grace. You know, I really felt God's comfort. I really felt God's hug. Alam niyo po yung pakiramdam that you are so anxious about the things that is happening, but suddenly you will receive peace because God will tell you, I have plans. I know I have plans for you, plans to prosper you, not to harm you, plans to give you hope in a future. Jeremiah 29:11. Nung nararamdaman ko yung comfort ng Panginoon, I got hope. The fact that He's comforting me, I got hope that everything's gonna be okay. That my life and even the life of my brother is what is being held by a loving Father. And with that, nakakuha ako ng hope. And I praise God for the great testimony that He has given to my brother. Yes, he survived comfort. You know, ito yun eh. The assurance that in whatever that's happening right now, you have a loving God who can what? Who can hide you, who can protect you, who can put you in His shelter. And what? And when you are inside the kingdom, when you're inside the shelter or tent of the Lord, you know nothing can harm you. Nothing and no one will be against you. The Bible said there is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Yes, the weapon may be formed, but it will not prosper. So tonight or today, I want to challenge everyone. Be concerned about your mental health. Do all those things, those tips. But aside from that, more importantly, be concerned about your spiritual health. Because our spirituality can affect what? Our whole being. Mental, physical, and everything that is in us. You know, napaka-importante po that at the end of this, you commit your life to the Lord. Whatever happens, when you're committed to the Lord, when you commit your life to the Lord, you know you're in good hands. You know God can really handle you. God can really take care of you and even your family. So my prayer for all of you is that all of you will be protected by God, na wala po sa inyo ang magkakasakit, wala po sa atin ang mawa-virus, and that as we go along to and pursue and work during this time of pandemic, let's always acknowledge God. in our lives. The Bible said, whether we eat or drink or whatever we do, let's do it for the glory of God. When God is being glorified, you know that the blessing of God will be poured out to you. So have a great day, everyone, and may God bless you all.
And God bless you too, Dr. Dana Lynn Dow. Now, may I call on our district chairman and of course our chairman for the district rally, Madam D.S. Steph. May you read the certificate of appreciation for Dr. Dana Lynn.
Okay. Inner Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 378, presents this certificate of appreciation to Dr. Dana Lynn A. Daua in grateful recognition for invaluable contribution as resource speaker on the topic psychological and spiritual awareness as part of COVID awareness and preparation during the District 378 rally, thereby promoting the International Inner Wheel theme for Inner Wheel Year 2021 to 2022, Pink First. Given this 23rd day of October 2021, during the virtual IWCPI District 378 rally, signed by Rosemary D. Fabellion, District International Service Organizer, Chairman of IWCPI District 378 rally, and Clarita L. Alagar, District Chairman.
Thank you. Is the doctor in our midst?
Yes, nandito siya.
Yes. Hi, Dr. Dana.
Hello po, good afternoon po.
Thank you.
Thank you din po for the opportunity.
Nakamute.
Are we opening the gallery for questions or anything, any insights from the talk of our doctor?
Can you hear me po ba?
Yes, we can hear you po.
Ayun. First of all, again po, maraming salamat po for the invitation and really appreciate you doing this. This is something that very important po sa ating lahat. Especially sa ating mga babae, we are very vulnerable kasi mas emotional tayo kaysa sa mga boys. Mas vulnerable tayo sa depression and anxiety. Considering the fact that we're parents or grandparents, there's a lot of responsibility na hinahawakan po natin. And maybe some of you naka-experience din na merong tinamaan ng COVID, nakakapamilya. It's not really easy. It's like you're like every day you wanna cry, tama ba? Because you're fighting for a life. But it is very important that when you're fighting with God. Because fighting alone will be very hard, and it will just it will just exhaust us. Papagurin lang po tayo when we're fighting alone. But when you're fighting with God, you know you have the victory already. We are not, when you have God, you're not fighting for victory. You are fighting in the standpoint of victory. You know you have victory already. So again, thank you very much po sa inyo pong lahat.
Thank you, Doc.
That deserves a
Thank
round
you
of
very
applause.
much.
Thank you, Doc.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you very much, Doc.
Okay. So.
Okay. Thank you, Doc. And it was good to see her live.
Yeah, ni-record ko lang po yung kasi hindi po ako sure kung makakahabol po ako dito ng live. Kaya ni-record ko na po.
Salamat po, nakahabol po kayo at napakabata at napakaganda niyo po.
Mamaya magbe-mentoring kami niyan.
yan.
Ginagaya ko lang po kayong lahat. Ang gaganda niyo po kasi. Kaya ano po ako, na-encourage ako.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Okay, now we will continue with the district rally. Our third, but of course not the least of video that we have, of course, is from our very own beloved National President-elect Emily Duterte with her testimony.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for having me. Today, I'd like to share with you my experience in September of this year when 4 members of our household, including myself, tested positive for the COVID virus. We were infected by our kasambahay who spent the night off to see her family and returned when she returned home, started showing symptoms for the virus 3 days after. Thankfully, we are all better now, and none of us needed to go to the hospital, or our condition remained stable until after our isolation. So what are my realizations with this experience? My first realization is that vaccines work. Whatever the vaccine is that is given to you, protection is better than no protection at all. My second realization is that it is important that we be vigilant. No, when I say vigilant, observant tayo. You were able to see immediately that the maid was feeling off. Something is wrong. And given the fact that she was out of the house, meron na kaming duda, may suspetsa. So vigilant ka kung mayroong kang nang nararamdamang masama, like nilalagnat ka, masakit ang katawan mo, tapos ikaw ay lumabas, ito po ay mga simptomas, no? So vigilant tayo. Maaga naming nalaman na siya ay may COVID kasi napatest namin siya na maaga, and easily also we were able to isolate ourselves para hindi na kami makahawa pa ng iba. Pangatlong realization ko is it is important that we boost our immune system. We were able to really finish our isolation nang wala masyadong nararamdaman kasi thankfully matibay ang aming immune system. So yung kailangan, take your vitamins, especially vitamin C, zinc, and D3, and eat well, sleep well, and do some exercise, as little exercise kung yun lang ang kaya nyo. Importante lang may panlaban tayo. My fourth realization is monitor. No? Pag ikaw na may COVID or iba yung mga kasama mo sa bahay, kapamilya mo, ay masama ang pakiramdam, i-monitor nyo sila. At the start of the pandemic, I mean, my sickness, my children enrolled me to the Bayanihan i-Konsulta of the Office of the Vice President, and a volunteer reached out to me and connected me to a doctor and sent me a COVID kit. Doon, somebody was monitoring my oxygen levels and temperature levels every day, 3 times a day. And then we also, as a family, we were meeting at 7 o'clock in the evening, so we are able to assess what happened during the day, how each one is feeling, kung meron ba nagpo-progress ng kanilang karamdaman, kung meron bang nawawala ng panlasa, kung meron bang nilalagnat. So, nandun yung monitoring namin. After our family prayer, we also check the oxygen levels of each one. Kailangan ipakita namin sa monitor, my oxygen level today is 96 or 97 or 98. Kailangan ipakita namin sa monitor para alam ng isa't isa ang kalagayan ng isa't isa. Tapos ang aking limang realization is importante mag-reach out. Gone are the days na ang pag sinabing may COVID ka, it's already a stigma. We are not numbers anymore. We have names and we can reach out. Your friends will not turn against you. In fact, they will pray for you and they will help you whatever way they can. So I'm thankful to God and for those who have prayed for me and my family. And we're all good. Praise God.
And praise God indeed. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Now, to introduce our third and last speaker, may I call on our past district chairman, Teresita F. Arcegas, to introduce our speaker who will talk on social awareness.
Am I on now?
Yes, madam, you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are.
Thank you, District Extension Chairman Emeline.
At saka batch 2. Ay, class 1 at saka class 2. Isang batch lang kami pero class 1 and 2. Yung class 1,
okay,
sila yung unang inambush.
Let's mute muna.
Mute please. Sino ba yung nagsasalita?
Okay.
Thank you.
A pleasant afternoon to all. It is a privilege and honor to introduce our next speaker. She was born in Barotac, Nuevo Iloilo, and is the 12th out of 13 siblings. She met and married a quiet and soft-spoken engineering top-notcher from Pura Tarlac, who is now resting with the Lord. They were blessed with 8 children who are all successful in their own fields of expertise and are also well known in arts, where they are also interested. She obtained her Bachelor of Science in Social Work and completed academic requirements toward a master's degree in Social Work at the Philippine Women's University. She is a registered social worker who dedicated her professional life in government and private institutions. She devoted her time in developing programs and services for the benefit of the marginalized sector of the society. Among her work experiences are the following. She started as a psychiatric social worker at the National Mental Hospital, which is now known as the Center for Mental Health. She joined the Victoria's Milling Company in Negros Occidental as an industrial social worker when their family transferred to Negros in line with the work of her husband. She was Dean of Women of the Magsaysay Memorial College in South Cotabato, another assignment of her husband, and became a consultant on primary health care with the Philippine Reconstruction Movement, or PRRM, at the Lungsod ng Kabataan in Quezon City, which is now known as the Philippine Center or Medical Center for Children. She retired as the chief of this Department of Social Work in 1992. Never falling short of ideas and propelled by enthusiasm and strong drive for achievement, as an astute businesswoman, she established a family-owned garment factory and was one of the incorporator of the Caregiver Center of the Philippines, Incorporated in Fairview, where she served as corporate secretary and administrator. She was introduced to the world of Inner Wheel when she became a member of the Inner Wheel Club of Fairview. And from then on, there was no stopping for her elevation to various positions from club president to positions at the district and national levels. When the Inner Wheel Club of Fairview became inactive, she joined the Inner Wheel Club of San Francisco del Monte, where she became president and was elected to other positions in the club and at the district level. Driven by her passion to serve, she introduced significant projects using her expertise as a community organizer. She consistently came up with innovative projects that gained recognition, among which were the Community-Based Toy Library Center at the IWCPI headquarters at Dao, Makati. The nationwide campaign for the setting up of the community-based toy library at the 8 districts at that time was also launched by her. The Sentro ng Pangkabuhayan Center, a community-based project on a 1,200 square meter lot in Barangay Fairview, served as a training center for housewives on the IWCPI areas of concern, namely health, education, socioeconomics, and zero waste management and environment. Maagang pamasko, handog na kay Lola at Lolo, and a share a blessing for children, a 22 years sustaining project every Christmas, was only disrupted due to the pandemic. She introduced the Ulirang Ina in a contest as a club project in search of mothers from the depressed community who demonstrated exceptional achievements in bringing up children who became successful as single mothers in spite of poverty. A multi-awarded member of the Inner Wheel, she was honored with awards and commendations such as the Inner Wheel Club President's Service Award, plaque of recognition as Most Outstanding Inner Wheel Member, Inner Wheel Year 2004, several district awards and leadership award, the Distinguished Service Award. And in 2017, she was conferred the Miss Red Rose of Friendship title. In the year 2007, she was given the prestigious National Ulirang Ina Award and received a second one, the 4th Gawad Ulirang Ina ng Lungsod ng Quezon City in 2010 for having raised her 8 children and in her own rights as an exceptional achievement as a social worker in the field of service to humanity. Ladies, let us welcome our next guest speaker, Past President Blanquita Bidonia Miliado, who is fondly known as Baby and Mamita in Inner Wheel. Share screen.
Thank you for that beautiful introduction, my best friend, Cesar Second. Heartwarming to say everyone, I miss you all. But today I can so heartwarming to see every happy faces after almost 2 years not seeing each other. Now I would like to begin my talk today with a quote from the United Nations Secretary General Antonio Guterres. He said, and I quote, "We must come to the aid of the ultra-vulnerable millions upon millions of people who are least able to protect themselves. This is a matter of basic human solidarity. It is also crucial for combating the virus. This is the moment to step up for the vulnerable. My friends, the whole world was caught off guard by the onslaught of COVID-19 pandemic. It was unprecedented in the way it spread like wildfire across the globe. We were unprepared and at a loss on how to respond to this onslaught. COVID-19 has not only caused physical stress and damage for those who were infected, it has also affected the whole range of our experience as individual human beings, as communities, as nations, and as entire humanity. The psychological, mental, emotional, and economic toll is beyond anything we have experienced in the recent decades. History has shown us that pandemics are not just medical and health problems. They are social and economic problems as well. COVID-19 is driving home this point once again, and this one is close to home, our homes, in fact. Yes, COVID-19 infection and the cost to people's lives have cut across all segments of the population. But it is particularly detrimental to members of communities and social groups who are in the most vulnerable situation. These are the ones who were already disadvantaged in the first place. It is severely affecting the lives of people living in poverty, persons with disabilities, children and youth, and even indigenous peoples in the remote parts of our country. Senior citizens and elderly. And there are us, the senior citizens and the elderly. We have been repeatedly warned as older persons, particularly the list of chronic health conditions that makes for vulnerability to the virus is literally the same list of topics of regular chikahan sessions with our peers. Hypertension, diabetes, heart conditions, or cardiovascular disease. It is not just the greater health risk that we have to struggle with. We are also likely to be less capable of supporting ourselves in isolation. While the community quarantines and social distancing measures as necessary to reduce the spread of disease, when these are not implemented with considerations for the needs of elderly people, it can also lead to increased social isolation at a time when we may be in the most need of support. Persons with disability. Persons with disability, even pre-COVID pandemic, have already been facing challenges in accessing healthcare services. Some of them are not able to afford care. Some face stigma and discrimination within the home, in health service settings, or in their wider community. The risk of getting COVID for person with disability are exacerbated by other challenges. This could include disruption of services and support that they would regularly or urgently need. Pre-existing health conditions, and for many streets and establishments in our cities, and acceptability for those physical disability remains limited. Some persons with disability may also be unable to implement general preventive measures against COVID infection and transmission. This could include otherwise simple acts of frequent washing of hands or frequent cleaning of surfaces and homes. Physical impairment would make them unable to do these simple measures. Social distancing or isolation may not be possible too, especially for those who need assistance in day-to-day self-care tasks. How about the young people? In terms of employment, youth are disproportionately unemployed. And those who are employed often work in the informal economy, or what is also called a gig economy. In local slang, they sometimes call it racket. A lot of these young people are on casual contracts that provide them with no security of tenure, or are in the service sectors like restaurants and hotels, whose operations are likely to be severely affected by COVID-19. With many schools and universities turning to online, more than 1 billion youth are no longer physically in school. This disruption in learning and social interaction provided by schools would have its own medium and long-term consequences. Our street kids and other homeless youth in the streets of Metro Manila and across the country are also highly in vulnerable situations. They are already in situations where their basic needs are not being met. And with COVID pandemic, not only are these basic needs likely to be neglected, they are also unlikely to be able to practice the measures necessary to prevent COVID infection. They are highly exposed to the dangers of COVID-19 and will unlikely be able to get prompt and proper care should they become ill. Social awareness. COVID-19 has become quite personal, and as I said earlier, close to home for a lot of us. And we need to take care of ourselves, our family, our loved ones in this most difficult of times. The prolonged community quarantine isolation are necessary, but this pandemic is also teaching us that we can only overcome this if we act together as neighbors and colleagues, as a nation, and even beyond borders as a global community. COVID-19 beyond our personal spaces have reminded us that there are segments of our population or even entire communities that are even more disadvantaged and vulnerable. None of us will come out of this pandemic unscathed, whether it was because of first-hand suffering from the ravages of COVID illness, or witnessing the struggles of a loved one, or dealing with our own mental health with the pain of isolation and loneliness. Or, unfortunately, for a growing number of us, the loss and grief over friends and family who have succumbed to COVID-related deaths. For senior citizens and grandma like me, there is profound sadness in not being able to hug my much loved apos or grandchildren. And agony in every moment of breathlessness from anxiety, or for some of us, from battling with the viral infection itself. Social awareness, my friends in Energy, is about you and me having the ability to know the people that are around us, to feel and empathize with these members of our community, and to interact and provide support when it is needed. Evidence has shown that helping others can also contribute to your own mental health and wellness. And there are so many opportunities to help others to our day-to-day lives. A kind word or a kind deed would go a long way, as would sharing resources and providing material support. COVID-19 may have exposed and worsened inequalities, but as with other crises, it also exposes areas of strength, resilience, creativity, and solidarity. Let us all heed the call for social awareness, generosity, and action. I would like to leave you with a quote from the Bible. My brothers and sisters, if people say they have faith but do nothing, their faith is worth nothing. Can faith like that save them? A brother or sister in Christ might need clothes or food. If you say to that person, God be with you, I hope you stay warm and get plenty to eat. But you do not give what that person needs, your words are worth nothing. In the same way, faith by itself that does nothing is dead. I wish each and every one of you good health and all God's blessings. Thank you.
And all God's blessings to you, the same past district extension chair, Blanquita Miliado. The blessing goes back to you po. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
To present the plaque of appreciation, may I call on District Chairman Clarita Alagar, our Chairman for the District Rally, Rosemary Fabellion, and of course to be read by our District Secretary, Seth Abayon.
Sandali ha, naghang lang yung aking ano. Ma'am C, hawak mo ba yung certificate mo? Dumating ba sa'yo?
Oh yes, just came in time.
Hawak niya yung certificate. Sige na. Pakita mo, Ma'am C. Ayan. Okay na sis. Sige na sis.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Inner-Wheel Clubs of the Philippines Incorporated, District 378, presents the certificate of appreciation to past district extension chairman Blanquita B. Miliado in grateful recognition for her invaluable contribution as resource speaker on the topic social awareness as part of COVID awareness and preparation during the District 378 rally, thereby promoting the International Inner Wheel theme for Inner Wheel year 2022 to 2021 to 2022, Pink First. Given this 23rd day of October 2021 during the virtual IWC by Rosemary D. Fabellion, District International Service Organizer and Chairman of IWCPI District 378 Rally, and Clarita L. Alagar, District Chairman.
Round of applause.
Thank you, thank you.
Anybody
Thank you.
Anybody who would like to say something, a question or a commendation, something po?
No, other than kamustahin na lang natin si Mami Miliado.
Maraming salamat.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. At saka, share mo muna, Mami, kahit isang minuto lang yung, yung unang parang nagkaroon ka ng, yung nalungkot ka, ano ba tawag doon? Nagkaroon ka ng parang,
Melancholia.
Actually, I was uprooted from my 22 years of self-independence from Fairview when the lockdown happened. It was because my children has insisted that I should be residing closer to them. It was quite a very sentimental journey, leaving a home for 22 years, and then here to be what they call like, ang feeling ko is like an isolation. Nandyan yung aking mga anak around, but I cannot touch them. Mga apo ko, I cannot touch them. I am alone with a caregiver in a house which is actually been provided by my children. And I really resisted on leaving my home in Fairview, where I have all those um, social activities that I'm doing for the community. At any rate, just to have this loneliness off, I had to put all my time in gardening, my first love. I had to carry my plants over here, the which I call babies, my babies. But anyway, okay naman ako, except that I miss yung ating mga social gathering or social interaction. But, you know, ang maganda naman at nandito ang cellphone, Facebook, and everything. I can be talking with our friends up to 2 o'clock in the morning. Hearing, parang kwan ba? Parang broken record. We laugh out our cheering all over and over again. And I listen to music. There's always music around me. And when I feel so depressed, I would go out and go to my garden. So far, I'm okay. At 85 years, I was looking forward to a celebration of my 85th birthday. But because of pandemic, hindi natuloy ito. But my heart is always longing to see abay ko, yung mga kasama ko sa Innerville. Namimiss ko kayo talaga. Sorry, I am like a kwan. I am a prisoner in my own home. Yun lang. So far, I'm so glad na once again I am able to see everyone there. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Group hug, group hug.
Love you, Tita Baby.
Love you po.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you po.
Now, as we continue on with the program, a very important and inspiring message to be given by our National President, Yolanda R. Wicoco. Please welcome her.
Thank you.
Medyo, ano lang ha, naglalag lang.
Thank you, Lynn. Board. My National Board of Trustees, other dignitaries of the Inner Wheel, our resource speaker, Dr. Jim Sanchez, Dr. Donalina Dawao, and past district extension chairman Blanquita Miliado, fellow ambassadors of Innerville, friends, guests, good afternoon. Our sincerest thanks to our three resource speaker for the useful informations they shared on how to best manage this pandemic. It is already an accepted reality that we have to learn to live with this pandemic for still some more years, and with the informations and knowledge that we had been given by our resource speakers, those knowledge will become our best weapon to defeat these modern scourges that have taken its toll on all of us economically, mentally, physically, and socially. And I agree with District Chairman Tita that we must know the facts, not only to protect ourselves, but our loved ones. I also have taken much interest in what our resource speaker, Dr. Jim Sanchez, had informed us. Sabi niya, know your facts for you to stop being fearful because knowledge is power. And I am so happy that he had destroyed the myth, some policies regarding this COVID pandemic and how to best cure them, especially regarding the use of ivermectin. Tama siya. Oo nga naman. Why, For example, ivermectin is to treat bacteria, not virus. And bacteria and virus are two different things. At saka nga, ang sabi niya, ang reseta ng doktor sa atin, take 3 capsules per day para yung efficacy ng gamot ay masustain. Pero dito sa ivermectin, which is kahit yung mga well-known doctors are endorsing it. Ngayon ko na lang nalaman ng there's no logic in using that. Because paano nga naman mag-take ka ng ivermectin tapos after 2 weeks? Those are just one of the fallacies that being touted in curing this pandemic. Ang galing. Masyado akong maraming natutuhan dito. And I am also glad that he's also a Rotarian. Kasi ito yung standard spell ng mga government and medical health workers na stay at home. Pero doon nakita, yun din ang sinabi niya. Pero at the end of his speech at yung mga pinakita niyong video, he was there as a doctor, and not just a doctor, as a Rotarian at the front line of service. Napakahirap. Nakita niya na it is not just easy na sabihin natin lahat sa ating majority of Filipinos, stay at home. Madali siguro sa 5% of the Filipinos to stay at home because they have meron silang malalim yung balon nila ng pagkukunan. But for the majority of the Filipinos na umaasa lamang sa kanilang dugo at pawis, yung sinasabi natin 80% pa yan, yung sa Tagalog to, yung everyday, yun lang ang kanila, the salary that they will get every day, yun lang ang wait na to eat a decent meal 3 times a day. Tapos we will say, stay at home. Paano stay at home? Kaya nakita niya when he was out there helping as a doctor, as a Rotarian, napakaraming nagugutom. Paano nga, that is a delicate balance in economic and health of the people. Mahirap, madaling sabihin na stay at home, pero mahirap gawin because of those factors, yung balancing of the economy and of the health of the majority. I also commended Dr. Donalyn Dawao when he said, tama siya, limit our access to social media because the social media are giving conflicting informations regarding the how to treat this COVID pandemic and how to best manage it. For example nga yung mga iba-ibang ivermectin, yung ivermectin. Pero mas yung sinabi nga ni Dr. Jim Sanchez, yung suob sa kanila sa ating Tagalog, suob. May logic talaga. And ang sabi niya, limit ourselves to social media in order to improve our mental health. Tama siya. And ang sabi niya, strengthen our faith in God. That's the most important na nakuha kong lesson kay Dr. Lynn. And your testimonials, ang galing. Napagaling, especially when the persons themselves na naka-experience ito with our very own national president-elect Emily. She was so right. And it jives with what Dr. Jim is espousing to all those yung suspicious of COVID-19 effect. Be vigilant. And once, kahit hindi o totoo, gamutin natin yung kumbaga yung emergency procedures, gawin na natin agad para hindi na matuloy sa COVID. And it is true again. We'll go back to Dr. Sanchez. Do not let despair rule our lives. Sa statistics kita, ang number 1, niya, heart attack, heart disease. Now is number 7 lang actually ang COVID-19. So we must not let that fear permeates our lives. 80% nagkakaroon ng COVID. I may not know it. I might have COVID in the previous months. Pero sabi niya, hindi nga, halos hindi mararamdaman ng 80% of those who are afflicted with it. Tapos yung 50%, it will require hospitalizations, but they will survive. And only 5% ang nagiging fatal. Not that we are those COVID is real. It is real. It is pain. Let us be ang sabi nga ni Dr. Donalyn, if we have faith in God, our strong at faith in God, and ang sabi ni Dr. Jim, fit body. Yun lang ang ating because sabi niya, there is no cure. Yun lang ang ating kailangan, faith in God and exercise, fit in body. And I am so touched by the experience shared by our personal experience shared by past district extension chairman Blanquita Miliado regarding challenges that they are facing as senior members. At doon ako parang there's something that touched a runner when he said when she said that she was so lonely. Dito parang nakaka-relate ako, para yatang nag-guilty pa kami. Kasi ganyan ang nagawa na UK Lola. We think that we are taking very good care of her. Pero nung sinabi niya that she was suddenly uprooted at her familiar place, in a familiar surroundings, in a familiar nooks and crannies ng doon ko nakita talaga palang it took its toll. Kasi si Lola din for a time nagkaroon siya ng depression. Hindi namin alam, we are good ang intention namin ng mga apo niya, ng mga anak, but I think we were wrong in that. Siyempre, ang gusto talaga ng mga, sabihin na natin na Tita Blanquita, yung mga matatanda, pagka matanda ka na pala, gusto mo talaga yung, pati neighbors mo, yung ang tama siya, prison, yung bahay nagiging prison without walls, and that is not good for the mental health of our senior citizens. And I hope mabalik na uli si Tita Blanquita doon sa kanyang mga dito na po kayo, masaya ang inner wheel. I-request yun na bumalik na po kayo rito, sumama na kayo kila Tita Tess. This pandemic has created in all of us an atmosphere of fear, helplessness, and hopelessness. After hearing all those testimonials, all the medical experts and the psychiatrists, it is time to unlearn all these things, not just for your family, but we owe it to ourselves. We are all faced with challenges at some point in our lives. Challenges like this pandemic that we did not create, although I am not sure if it is natural or man-made. But I am sure humans had an indirect hand of how it evolved into this kind of menace. However, it spiraled into some forms of challenges that have happened beyond our control, confounded by the authorities' mismanagement and corruptions that a few saw as an opportunities to enrich themselves amidst the majority's sufferings. Now we can adopt the attitude that there is nothing that we can do. In Tagalog, wala akong magagawa. I'm sure you had heard it many times in late night conferences, spoken by you know who, when faced with bigger bullies. Or we can see these challenges as a call to action. In this regard, I look up to the woman of a tiny republic in her response in Taiwan, yung Prime Minister, babae to a threat by a bigger nation, not just in politics, but in any organizations. This is how a response should be. As leaders, we must rise up to the challenges. And our call to action in response to these challenges cannot be done in the confines of our homes. As service warriors, just like Dr. Jean Sanchez, we are the frontliners. As I said before, this is pure voluntary. Your response to these challenges will depend on what you are made of, your conviction, your beliefs, and most especially your faith. Trusting in God's grace, we can face life with all the challenges it brings. Remember, there are 3 C's in life. Letter C, 3 C's. There are choices, chances, and changes. We must make the choice to take the chance if we want anything in life to change. Before I end this message, may I remind District 378 members and leaders of our forthcoming national induction this coming October 29 at Okada, Manila. Program starts at exactly 11 o'clock in the morning. It's all systems go. National President-elect Emily Duterte, together with induction chairman, past district chairman Glocao, and the technical committee had made on site a technical rehearsal to make sure or minimize glitches come this most awaited event. The national induction is our alpha to this most challenging year. And the good news was that the hotel informed us that they are now accepting 60% capacity for the ballroom occupancy. Although it's too late for us to make any more changes, this was very good news to us because it's tangible proof that things at last are looking up for everyone with the cases going down fast. And the holding of our national induction, finally, again, at last, don't you think is perhaps conviction, positivity, and faith in action? Despite the many hurdles this event had faced, the many pressures, the negativisms imposed externally and internally, this is the saddest part, we did not back down. We soldiered on because as leaders, there is no option for us. And this is a mortal sin for us leaders to have a defeatist attitude. This is not in our job requirement. Remember, inner wheel cannot live for so long in a virtual world. Inner wheel is an experience to be lived, not in a square box to be viewed. And write this in your calendar. The mother of all inner wheel events, our national conference is February 25 and 26, 2022 in Marriott Hotel, Manila. Our coming out party after this long lockdown. The NatCon committee is promising that it will be worth the wait, and we will throw in everything we've got to make this event an event to remember for years to come. If this trend will continue, the going down of cases and further opening up of the economy, it will be a pure face-to-face event, the way we are used to and the way it should be. At that note, please allow me to end my message with these inspiring and uplifting words of wisdom taken from Saint Timothy with a slight twist. COVID-19 is not your enemy. Fear is. You will not die one day sooner or one day later than God has planned for you. God did not create you to live in fear. The Bible says, God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of sound mind. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Always we are so happy and inspired whenever you are gracing the occasions here at District 378. Maraming salamat po, Madam National President Yolanda Wicoco. Salamat po sa lahat.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thank you very much po.
Yes, any of our officers, DC, you might want to say, yeah. You might want to say, DC Tita.
Thank you.
Okay, we have a special video to be unveiled. Let us be inspired by this video.
It's interesting that the things we cherish most are the same things we walk right by. They become so intertwined in the status quo that ultimately it becomes impossible to tell them apart from our day-to-day. That is, impossible until things change. Because as it turns out, that thing we call life, it has a say. There's a saying, you never really know what you have until it's gone. And sometimes it takes the most abrasive of reminders, the harshest of times, to help us recapture that perspective, to lift us up and show us what we had previously failed to see. And while our darkest moments test our strength, they push our boundaries, even transform our reality, they can also be the bridge that leads us exactly where we need to be. They remind us that sometimes it's not about how we spend our time, but who we spend it with. That quiet brings clarity, and the world can spin so fast that we forget to think about our place within it. It reminds us how humanity is bigger than the sum of its parts, and it takes just as much energy to build up as it does to tear down. It reminds us that no matter where we live, what we speak, or who we pray to, we're not so different after all. It reminds us that there is so much more good in this world than evil, so much more love than hate, and so much promise for tomorrow. Someday we'll look back on this moment with the lessons we've learned, the hardships we've faced, and we will be reminded of the miracle that is the human spirit, unwavering in its resolve, unbreakable at its foundation, stronger than we could ever comprehend. See, sometimes it's hard to look around and find a reason to be optimistic, to understand or comprehend why. But what we'll find is that if we look hard enough, immersed in the uncertainty, the disruption, and in some cases, the tragedy, there's something to be gained. A tiny candle flickering in the night that will eventually grow to light our way. Because that road to tomorrow is paved with hope. There are pages unwritten, stories untold, and a new chapter to begin.
Beautiful video. Thank you very much, Chairman Rosemary Pavilion, for all your video inspirational and testimonials that you have prepared for our district rally. Congratulations. Now, may I call on the President of IWC San Francisco del Monte, Carol Quiroz, for the closing remarks.
District Chairman Clarita Alagar, and the officers of District 378, District Rally Chairman, District International Service Organizer, Rosemary Pavilion, my classmate presidents, IWCPI National Board of Trustees, President headed by National President Yolanda Waikuku, other dignitaries and guests, good afternoon. We would like to extend our sincerest gratitude to our resource speakers, Dr. Juan Jim Sanchez, Dr. Dana Dawa, and past District Extension Chairman Blanquita Baby Millado for their valuable insights, on COVID awareness and preparedness. We also would like to thank the members of the District Rally Working Committee, headed by District International Service Organizer Rosemary Fabillon, who worked the extra mile to make this district rally possible. We would like to acknowledge our past district chairman, Rosalinda Kapokyan, past district chairman, Christine Ngo, and immediate past district chairman, Cynthia Reyes, for the guidance during the preparation. We also thank the IWCPI Board of Trustees headed by National President Julie Waikuku for your support. And last but not the least, our District Chairman, Clarita Alagar, for your trust and encouragement in coming up with this district rally. We have been in this pandemic for almost 2 years and are striving to survive throughout this period. We live in fear of getting infected, but we cannot go on like this for a long time. Let us appreciate our daily blessings, be mindful of our surroundings, be grateful and kind to one another in order for us to move forward and overcome this situation. Sa muli, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng dumalo sa ating pagtitipon ngayong hapon.
Maraming salamat din, President Carol Quiroz. Salamat po. Bago po tayo tuluyang magtapos, mayroon lang po akong announcement na after the adjournment, meron pong magiging announcement ang PDC Christine Ngo para sa ating lahat. So, without further ado, we had such a fruitful afternoon, this Saturday afternoon. May I call on our district chairman, Clarita Tita Alagar, for the adjournment.
Thank you, everyone. I now close this District 378 District Rally with the hope that together we will completely overcome this COVID-19 very, very soon. Again, thank you.
Thank you, DC Clarita Alagar. Now, may I call on PDC Christine Ngo for the announcement.
Sir, just reminders, no, like what National President Yoli said, tuloy na po ang ating IWCPI and IWCPFI joint induction and turnover ceremonies on October 29. That's a Friday at Okada. So just a reminder, only those who are vaccinated and listed, no, registered will be allowed. So please coordinate with District Treasurer Beth Tan if you're coming, so she can enlist your names. Then please do not forget to practice mandated health protocols. Bring your face mask, face shield, alcohol, and your vaccination cards. And the attire will be, of course, for club presidents and attendees, it's colored Filipiniana. And for the National Board of Trustees, IWCPFI officers, it's beige Filipiniana. This is the first hybrid induction ceremonies. So you can, for those who have limitations and cannot attend face-to-face, you can also attend via Zoom.
And for those who will be inducted or inductees, which are the club presidents, kindly wear your Filipiniana also because you will be spotlighted during the mass induction of the club presidents. So dapat maganda rin kayo kahit nasa Zoom tayo, okay? So for IWCPFI announcing this as the foundation secretary, on December 18, 2021, we will have the IWCPFI will have an online bingo. This is a fundraising project of the foundation for the projects it supports and the national directed project subsidies as well. One ticket is 1,000 pesos, equivalent to 10 games. So for those who are interested, this is on December 18. So for those who are interested, kindly coordinate with our district foundation representative, Dora Noveno. So yun lang po, and hope to see you on Friday during the national induction. Thank you so much.
Hey, picture muna tayo. Smile. Can you open your camera? Yes. Okay, so first muna. Dali There and another one. Ayan. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for
Thank you.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
Congratulations sa ating lahat.
Thank you.
Thank you
Congratulations to the
our
host
guests for
class.
coming.
And for the guests, thank you.
Congratulations, my classmate, Tita Clarita. DC Carol.
Hi, DC Carol.
Congratulations, DC Tita.
Congratulations, Tita.
Thank you for anything.
So, another Zoom at 5 o'clock. Permission to leave na po.
Congratulations. Thank you very much to all the committee and to all the hard work. Thank you. We'll see you next. We'll see you next year.
Okada. Okay.
Okada na pala. We'll see you on October 29. Yes.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye po.
Hi, Tita Telma.
Thank you for all those.
Bye-bye, Mami. Malyado.
Madam Mila,
The baby. Love you. We miss you.
Bye-bye.
Nakamute ka, Mamsi. Nakamute ka.
Madam Lilian Dizon, thank you for coming.
Oo.
Miss you all. Madam Selma.
Congratulations.
Madam Selma Ortiz, thank you for coming.
Yes, so close na natin to, ha?
Okay, end of the meeting. Thank you and good night. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hi, Tita.